Hello, listening people.
Hello.
You're listening to Spit and Polish Presents Unappreciated Masterpieces. I'm Ryan Sliwinski.
And I'm Bartek Kasprzyszak.
That is...
Oh!
Yeah, you said your actual full name.
Gosh, god dang nabbit.
Dang nabbit indeed. And you know why he's saying dang nabbit? Because he's just so excited.
And I dare say consarnet as well.
Yeah, you know, and that's a word he said. You know, I speak words too, you know, and we both speak words in this podcast, which is audio related. It's not a visual podcast. I mean, it technically is, because a part of this is you watch a film along with us while we give a feature-length commentary for that film.
If you feel like it.
If you feel like it. I mean, you can be a loser and not do that and not get the
Tarnation,
nuanced
Ryan,
references.
Stop saying they're losers.
Okay, wanker. You can be a wanker and not do it, and
A lot of people wank, so that's okay.
yeah, a lot of people wank. Yeah, you're right. That's the film we're watching. A lot of people wank.
And if
with
you-
our homeboy Justin Bieber, woo!
And
Imagine that.
if you're one of the people who look for random podcasts and say, I'm going to randomly listen to an episode and pick this one, and then heard us mention, wanking, then oh, it's going to be one of these kinds of shows, isn't it?
I've got so many inappropriate questions I want to ask about wanking, but this is not the wank podcast. This is the Spit and Polish podcast, which also could be a metaphor for wanking.
Well, just to answer one of your questions, Ryan, it's another word for masturbation.
Oh, is it? Great. I didn't
It
know.
can also be another word for tosser.
Side conversation about wanking for a second. You know, Americans don't really use the word wanker, and that's really disappointing,
Yeah.
because there's the TV show Married with Children, a very popular sitcom, and the wife's last maiden name is Wanker, and she's from a family of many and hillbilly inbred people, and they just say, yeah, look, it's Peggy Wanker, and they say it with such sincerity, and there's no laughter from the live audience because no one knows that's a joke.
Yeah, it's going to be
But
one of those
I laugh.
cultural things.
Yeah,
where,
they're just like, oh, what an interesting
that's
name.
a Polish word for people who eat poo. Ooh. It's one of those kind of...
It's one of those things, yeah.
Yeah.
But we are spitting Polish because we are both spitting, and we are both Polish.
I
Whee!
just remembered another similar thing to that, but...
Which is
Basically,
ejaculation.
My uncle is a policeman,
Oh, good, I'm hearing a personal story.
and he once worked together with a guy whose last name was Kiblu or Kibla or something like that, and it's the Polish word for toilet. So obviously for him, it's very funny.
Officer Toilet?
Yeah, the Polish word for toilet.
Officer...
And he...
Officer Toilet on the case here.
And apparently he told the guy that, and he didn't believe him. So no, it's not. It's not toilet.
And then he showed him his badge, and it said Officer Toilet on it. And instead of whatever I don't imagine the Polish police have a star, do they? Instead, he had a toilet bowl. He was and for some reason, every time he grabs it out, when you...
Well, it's here in Australia.
You know when you grab stuff out and you grab it really fast and you hear the wind, hear the wind rush? His is a flush of a toilet instead. He bends reality to that point. Officer Toilet?
For the people that I described earlier, yeah, sometimes these tangents happen.
So, we talk about unappreciated masterpieces, films that we think deserve to be talked about and appreciated, because these films, for whatever reason or reasons, have not gotten the love that they deserve. They haven't gotten hate necessarily, because it could be easy for us to be one of those typical internet people who here's another interesting viewpoint of Batman v Superman and why it's great or why it sucks. No, we're original. We talk about films that no one else is talking about in depth.
You can always say original films.
I'm not saying we made these films, but maybe, hint, hint, support us, so we can make real films that you'll love, not this film that we'll be covering today, which is What Is, Bartek?
Ryan, did you make Centurions 2?
I did make Saint Trinians too. I made the rap sequence in that.
It's a beatboxing, right? You should know this. You made it.
Look, it was a few years back now. My career's blossomed since then.
Well, but Ryan, did you make the film that we're doing today?
Maybe.
Tak to się teraz robi?
No, I don't remember that one. Is it Polish? Because I don't speak Polish. That's a weakness of mine.
Oh, that's right. You used the English title.
I used the pig dog title,
You didn't
yeah.
use the localized title that Polish people completely unrelated to you came up with.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
I don't know what you were thinking. You were probably thinking in Polish, so you were thinking in a different train of thought to me.
Ah, masz rację. I was
Do you
doing that.
actually think in Polish?
If I feel like it, but in general, no.
If you force yourself to think in Polish,
Well,
you will think it.
if I'm in a situation where I have to speak to someone in Polish, sometimes I challenge myself. Let's try thinking in Polish.
Okay, it's like asking, hey Ryan, can you think in an accent? I mean, if I think about it, yeah, if I really want.
And in your head, it's like, oh, maybe I think this accent.
In my head, when someone in a telepath's listening to it, you just hear me speaking in a Russian accent. Like it's like, no, look, it's this man over here listening to my
like the
thoughts.
Poor type of Russian accent that you hear in like MGS2 or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, who's this man over here? Like, I have broken English as well, but I speak English.
Alright, you don't know Tak to się teraz robi because you don't speak Polish. That's a running joke, tick achieved of the show, once per episode.
Achievement unlocked. Once per
Well, it's
episode.
more like the quota has been
Once per
filled.
episode, you're gonna get a double episode of this now. Like, we're gonna do 2 episodes in 1 episode, so I'm gonna do it again at some
God,
point.
we're going to be so exhausted if we do that.
Oh, prepare yourself.
The movie is The Switch.
Oh!
That's not what Tak się teraz robi means, but...
Oh,
it's
then I didn't make The Switch. What's the film in English really called?
Tak to się teraz robi in English means that's how it's done now.
And that's how I did it.
You did a
Now.
switch.
I just did it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, Ryan, you did the switch.
You know what I'm going to do right now? A seamless transition into you introducing our guest.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that we have to achieve.
Achievement
in every
unlocked,
episode.
soon to be.
Well, not every
At the
episode,
moment,
not every
that
episode.
achievement unlocked is, you know, when you look at achievements yet to be unlocked, they're like shadowy and black. Our guest is shadowy and black. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm more of a PlayStation guy, so it's a bit different, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm just giving general things. I just wanted to reference the fact that our guest was shadowy and black, and then they come out with the widest voice they can.
Our guest today is a returning guest from earlier this year, and this year referring to 2017.
If you're listening to this 2018 like a typical wanker, and you're like, well, they only just started, guys. Fuck you. Okay, you fucking asshole.
This is a
And technically, we could still be right, because we mean year could mean literal passage of time, not the year that we are currently in, you fucking bricks.
Alright, let's get I have to say the guest name before they can speak, and we've already been recording for forever. The guest is Amanda Santuccione.
Woo! Hi.
Whoa!
It's
Hi!
really hard to be quiet when you guys are just
We're decimating
being funny
you.
and I can't laugh out
Well,
loud.
Amanda was trying to keep herself occupied. She's playing with a peg, which she now put underneath the table, and was also fiddling with doorknobs.
Oh no, I thought I heard something in the door, but I was like, do you have a dog or something? And then
Yes, I put my
In the
dog in the
closet.
closet.
yeah.
It's a secret gay dog, so I put it in there. I won't let him out.
I don't know. I thought maybe it was like connected to your other bedroom.
Just to let the listening people know, I'm the one near the real door, so I can make the door noises.
Oh my god. So guys, we're watching The Switch, which came out in
2010
10.
means 10, Ryan.
I do math. Now, if you flip that, it could
And make
mean-
it upside down.
and make it upside down, we could have a magical year ahead of us.
Actually, it'd still be 10.
Yeah, no, I meant the whole 2, 0, 1, and 0.
Oh,
The
well,
whole thing. Flip
okay.
it, reverse it. What year do we have? The year we're reviewing this right now. That's right. Could be whatever time. Times of man-made construction. So, we are going to do a feature-length commentary for this film. You know, the Switch with Jason Bateman and our homegirl, Jennifer Aniston. You know, everyone's favourite friend from Friends.
Is she?
She had good
Is
nips.
She had good nips. They all had kind of like nips.
Lisa Kudrow less so, but
Yeah.
less so, because she wore many more layers because she's a hippie in that
Oh,
show.
that's true.
Fun fact: Bartek never he hasn't watched Friends, so he has no point of
I've
reference.
seen a few episodes. But then when I described one episode I had seen to Ryan and someone else, they were like, yeah, that's basically every episode. So
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like they go to a location and squabble. I'm like, what?
They go to a hotel and take soap.
Oh, that's every.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a lot of
That's
episodes.
actually
Which,
cute.
which Ryan, doesn't that technically mean I have seen every episode? If
Fuck,
that's in every episode?
nailed it. So you guys, you're gonna get your copy of this ready, because I imagine you have a legal copy of the Switch. I mean, we all do.
Not the
Amanda's
Nintendo
got a
one.
Blu-ray copy.
I do.
I've got a VHS copy, and Bartek, he's got a Laserdisc copy. I mean, which one are we watching it on? None of those.
VHS.
I've also
So,
got it on a data.
yeah, oh well, if we're watching a VHS, I have to rewind it. And then I have to skip through that bit where it's like, you know, trailers for movies that you'll never hear about.
Times.
So get your copy, because I'm gonna do a countdown, and when I say play, you're gonna press play as well, and you're gonna be you're gonna be synced up with us. You're gonna have a fun. Oh, whoops! Oh, apparently I already pressed play, but I'm going to undo that mistake. So get ready, because we're going to do this in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, here we go.
Right, I just want to say you said 2 really well.
I wanted you to
Yes,
say
that
you
was
said
nice.
go really well.
Well, you said play, not go, but
Here we go. I said that after play. It was a full sentence, Bartek.
I guess the you.
You know, people who are listening will know that I'm right about this. You know, the real fans.
Yeah, I basically just guess whenever Ryan closes his mouth what he just said.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope it just works.
What we did want to say is Bartek's actually deaf and he's reading lips. And it's really annoying because I don't always give him my lips.
I actually,
So he has to cut him.
Don't you though?
I actually prefer ducks.
What?
What do you mean?
What?
It's a joke. Like, I'm guessing what you're saying, and I'm hoping what I say matches the conversation.
But did you know this was set 7 years ago?
No, I said ducks.
No, 7 years.
The joke's
Now,
over now.
here's the thing. This was made in 2010. Right. This is 7 years before, right?
2003.
2003.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Does this line up with 2003 technology?
Well, I don't see the Twin Towers.
So, lines up with technology then.
Ooh, I don't know.
Amanda, you.
That statue looks like it's on the phone.
Fuck, you nailed it. Now, Amanda,
It's a common 2010.
you're old.
Duh. Yeah.
No, old. You were like a young, you were a middle-aged housewife during 2003.
I was. I was
who
year
ha-
12.
Year 12 in 2003.
Yeah.
Far out.
What were you doing in 2003?
Like year 3,
I was in
think.
primary school.
Were you really?
Yeah.
No.
We were born 1993.
How old are you,
No
Amanda?
shit. I'm 32.
Yeah, you're fucking old.
Yeah, okay, right. I
She's-
didn't see that. I'm like,
she's-
I don't think so. But when you get to 32, you'll be like, nah.
So, Amanda was old enough to have lived during this period of time
I
with
was
Jason
alive.
Bateman.
I was.
We were too young to be hanging out on the train, sucking on each other's straw, like these people. Too good to be that guy who looks like a weird kind of Steve Buscemi type.
I love Steve Buscemi.
Who
She's
doesn't?
like a...
Emma Stone. That guy looks like the guy out of, what's
my
it called?
name slipped.
My name is Slip. No, it's my name is all.
No, Walter White. He looks like Walter
He
White.
looks like Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you're wrong. It isn't, but
I know. I said it
he
looks
looks
like him.
nothing like Bryan
It totally
Cranston.
looks like him.
Which era of Bryan Cranston? The
Oh,
one
like
that's
Malcolm in the
happening
Middle.
from. Have
Yeah.
you ever watched Malcolm in the
Oh,
Middle?
it's been a while.
Yeah, so you're definitely wrong about this. So,
What's Sacha Baron Cohen's wife's name again?
you
Isla
mean not
Fisher.
Amy Adams, Isla Fisher?
That's the name.
Isla Fisher. Oh, everyone's favorite character.
Oh, wait, what's
Fat,
his name?
peddling, awful-looking bitch.
Not that famous.
Huh?
But paddling.
not
Not
that
even
bad, is she?
peddling. Just paddling.
Paddling. Yeah, she's.
paddling.
It's like she's such a fat pig. She's in water, having to paddle her way through. Oh, and look, an actual pig woman. Hey, this guy has something against animals.
Does he?
I kind of want to know, like, if you
Pigs.
stood on the corner of a street and just started yelling out obscenities to people, and people thought you were batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy homeless man. Yeah.
How much do you reckon you could actually get away with before someone?
Well, I don't want to spoil it to you, but that guy's missing a few teeth, so I think he's only lasted for short whiles
Okay.
before getting
Good
punched.
point.
What if he was looking down at his feet crying and occasionally saying, well, stop talking. Would you then like be really mad at him, or would you feel pity for him?
Pity.
No, I feel Old Testament God rage.
Oh, Jesus.
and turn him,
Plague you.
and turn him into a fucking pillar of salt. That's how I feel.
A very insulting.
Amanda, how do you feel about that proposition? Would you pillar of salt him?
Pillar of salt. That's what.
Talk about pillar of salt.
Oh, isn't she from Friends?
Jason Bateman's here.
She is from Friends.
I like that show.
She's the favourite
She's the hot one from Friends.
with the hair.
No, she's just hot. I think she's the hot one out of the chicks. Like, yet again, like for me, no one in those eras of American sitcoms I would ever go was top wowzers. Think about it. Like,
But I like that though, and that's why I
No,
like
yeah, but
English
they're-
shows because they're just normal looking people.
yeah, but Jennifer Aniston's hot in comparison to the other two. Like, Lisa Kudrow's normal, schlubby, whatever. Like, here she is.
Snobby.
For her character, Phoebe.
Okay.
And then, like, really the hottest one on the show is Joey. I mean, he's a bombshell.
He is, but Chandler's really funny, and
I said
you can
hot.
make
Oh
me
my
laugh.
god, like hot. But Chandler's funny though. That's
Yeah.
I think
Chandler's.
Fott's honey.
But he's. I reckon he's good.
funny.
No, I had a
Did you
crush
know
on Chandler.
Fott's honey?
Totally had a crush on Chandler.
You're such a Ross Bartek.
Ross is actually like when you rewatch them when you get old.
He's
you're like,
the worst.
He's funny. He's actually really funny.
Oh, and he's also the worst person.
Oh, he's the.
You know how every
idiot.
single American sitcom has that one character that's like the most deplorable person in the universe? So it's kind of like, and not in a good way, like It's Always Sunny in Seinfeld where they do it on purpose, but like Ted from How I Met Your Mother's the worst person ever, and Ross is the worst person
the
ever.
worst person.
Who would it be from that 70s show?
Oh, it's definitely Donna.
Yeah.
Donna's the worst person you've ever met. And then if you had to go in terms of guys, it
like
would
Lisa Simpson.
No.
You don't reckon?
Lisa has her moments, at
But
least.
you do need Lisa to set up the rest of the jokes. half the
Lisa
time.
has one of my favorite jokes in The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Because it comes out of nowhere. It's when Mr. Burns, when Homer has the $1 trillion bill and he's run away with it. You remember this? When he has the $1 trillion bill, they go down to Cuba and they all are like, oh my god, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And they like ask Lisa what she thinks and she's like, I don't care. I want a dune buggy. Like it just comes out of nowhere. It just reminds you that Lisa's an 8-year-old child. That no matter how much of moral conscience she has, if you gave her $1 trillion, she wants a dune buggy.
Brilliant.
That's all she wants.
What year was this episode?
Oh, it was early. This is a Cuba episode
might
with
be-
Fidel Castro.
Might be a bit different now.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Lisa would probably
I wanna
want
sa-
two dune
I want to
buggies.
save the horses or something.
No, she wanted to. No, still when she was vegetarian, I'm pretty sure. But this isn't The Simpsons,
It's not.
which Jason Bateman's probably been in before. I'm imagining he has. Who hasn't been in The Simpsons?
Me.
How would you feel if your friend was just like, I want a baby. I need you to help me find some sperm.
Well, I'd be really upset that they didn't want my sperm.
Would you be that upset?
Well,
as a
kind of-
man, would you be
Well,
offended? if your
kind
best
of
friend...
in terms of, because just for you guys who haven't seen the movie is Jennifer Aniston wants a baby, but she needs sperm donation, and Jason Bateman's like, I'll give it to you, and she's like, nah, I'm gonna take Patrick Wilson's instead, and he's like, oh no, I'll switch that and
In which
use
these
my own.
conversations don't happen,
He'll
sure.
thus switch it.
And I think in the terms of how the film constructs it, I would be pissed off because, say, even if I didn't have this strong of a relationship, she's talking to me in this way like, I need your sperm. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. And then if I was brave enough and confident enough and actually within myself went, you know what? Yeah. And then she's like, no. I'd be a little bit annoyed because it's like, well, why did you frame it in this way that made me feel like you needed my...
Yeah, and then at the last minute, she's like,
Like,
help me find some.
If Amanda, you came up to me and did that, I'd be like, well, come on, Amanda, like...
You wouldn't immediately say, let's go ask Bartek or something.
No, Bartek. She knows that you're too young to donate sperm.
You're both too young.
I'm old
Born
enough.
in 1993.
Only 90s kids know
It's
that.
normal to us.
That's fucking crazy shit.
You're fucking crazy shit. You're as old as Jason Bateman.
I am not.
Well, he's
He's
only
not
in
17 in this movie.
He is. Look at that haircut.
Wasn't he born in like 69?
Whoa, sexual reference.
1969.
Whoa, multiple sexual references.
1969s.
Yeah, so there's the one is someone watching.
Yeah, Woodstock happened.
And the
baby
9 is
was
a
born.
person who's just gotten done 69.
I'm gonna make that a thing.
Yeah, and then
He was conceived at Woodstock. That's what happened.
no, if he was born in 69 doesn't mean he was
He
conceived.
could have been.
Maybe
Could be
Well, when was
12.
Woodstock in terms of the timeline of 1969?
It's just the summer, so it would have been like June.
So you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm wrong. But in my
Apologise to
world,
the
I'm right.
people who
I
were at
apologise.
Woodstock.
You called them wankers.
I didn't say that people at Woodstock were wankers.
Oh, the people at Woodstock.
Apologise to Jimi Hendrix
Soswell.
Ghost.
I went to Woodstock actually.
Were Jimi Hendrix and Jason Bateman was there? He was being conceived.
He was there.
He was there.
Was Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock?
Yes.
Yes,
I know
he
about
was.
Jim Morrison from...
Janis Joplin.
You could not eat the
Wayne's
purple
World too.
acid because the purple acid was bad.
Oh no, that was Wayne Stock.
Wow, Bartek, you compared Woodstock, a literal thing,
Oh, it's
to
Juliette
Wayne
Lewis.
Stock.
I do like
Because that was
Juliette
a joke
Lewis.
in Wayne
Juliette
too.
Lewis has been on the show before in another film with Jason Bateman, Starsky and Hutch.
Haven't seen
Oh, yeah,
it.
he was in that.
Starsky and Hutch, she played Vince Vaughn's bimbo gangster wife for
yeah.
some reason, which
Was
kind
it
of
specifically not a wife?
Yeah, not a wife. No, we
Yeah.
couldn't figure out if
So
it was
they
the
were
wife.
exclusive but not exclusive but not
Well, it was
non-exclusive?
kind of confusing because Vince Vaughn in that film had a family, but we never saw the mother of the child, but he had her.
Yes,
But
the
she was never in
mistress.
scenes with the child, so we never figured out if she's the mum or not, because she played like a bimbo. So it was like,
Okay.
could she be? Who knows?
I thought it
Hard
was
to
like there was
say.
specifically a line that suggested she wasn't the
So
wife.
Bartek, what's your history with the Switch?
This
This
the history
episode's
with the Switch
very well constructed.
is that I had not seen this film, and I had probably not heard of this film.
Probably. He didn't want to give 100% clarity on that. He's
Well-
probably not heard of it. Not definitely not heard of it.
Allegedly not heard of it. Yep.
So basically, me walking into this film, apart from the fact that I knew that Jason Bateman, Jennifer Aniston were in it, and that it was a, according to Wikipedia, comedy drama, that's all I knew. I didn't know what was being switched, didn't know what the plot was about.
Nice, I like it.
Did you not see the poster?
No, well, maybe, but I don't remember what it was.
Well, I'll tell you my history because Amanda.
Was it
actually-
something that's very obvious, like it's a sperm or something?
Yeah. Okay, so my history with this film was I was looking through Jason Bateman's IMDb film credits and I was
Right.
like, what's this one? The Switch? And then I clicked on it and the poster image is like, you know, the top of the poster is a picture of Jennifer Aniston giving that Jennifer Aniston look where she's like, oh me! And then the bottom one is Jason Bateman holding up the cup with the sperm in it, giving a
Okay,
sniffy face. And then it said
Okay.
the Switch
Yeah,
in the
that-
middle, and I'm like, what the fuck's this? Then I read the plot, it's like, Jason Bateman switches his sperm out for his friend, and I'm
Okay,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
this is gonna be a wacky comedy. I walked in thinking, this is gonna be a wacky Jason Bateman comedy with Jennifer Aniston, because, you know, Jennifer Aniston during this period, too, was doing so many romantic comedies
the
back
romantic
to back
comedies.
to back to back to
This
back.
was a year before Horrible Bosses,
And she always
right?
plays like the free spirit.
Free spirit or corporate type. It's one or the other. And I was like, okay, this is going to be, I know what this is going to be like. And I was completely wrong. This was a lot more drama than comedy. And it dealt with a lot of heavy issues and themes that I was not expecting. This guy kind of reminds me of Henry Cavill for some reason.
Who's that?
Superman.
Oh, right.
He kind of reminded me of Russell Brand.
My girlfriend Rachel
Kinda.
said the exact same thing. She was like, hey, this guy looks like
Kinda.
Russell Brand. I only heard that he sounded like Russell Brand. He looks nothing like him to me. He looks like Superman, but with a goatee. I'm kidding.
His eyes
They
look-
just CGI off his goatee.
His eyes look too intense, I reckon.
For Superman, yeah, his eyes are dead as fish. Talking about dead as fish, what's your history with this, Amanda?
Well, look, I reckon I saw it when it came out.
You reckon? You don't know.
No, I definitely saw it, but it was like a long time ago. So when I say 2010,
In the cinema?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think it was a cinema. So I'm gonna say
video?
circa about 2011, maybe.
So we were finishing off high school,
Mm.
and Amanda's like, I've got nothing happening in my life. I'm gonna watch The X, get a copy
So hold
from
on,
Video
hold on.
Easy,
So Amanda was
put it
finishing-
in.
Amanda was finishing off high school during the 7 years prior in the film.
Yeah.
And then we were finishing off when she actually saw the film.
Yeah.
I
Coincidence?
think it's all related, right?
It is. It's so related.
Hey, wouldn't it have been great if the rest of
Crazy.
the movie was taking place of her trying to get back inside?
Well, yeah. At
And the
first-
switch it's literally the switch of the lock. And you're like thinking, oh, swap the sperm? No, it's a survival horror movie of Jennifer Aniston trying to get back inside. She like falls off the balcony and swings into someone else's room and they're like kinky sex stuff happening in there. She's like, Jennifer Aniston, she's like, oh no, it's no, and keeps
My
walking.
eyes.
My precious Jennifer Aniston eyes.
Her name is Cassie with a K. I just needed to say that out loud.
It's spelled with a C.
No, it's Kassie.
Are you upset that your name isn't Cassie?
Oh, like Amanda with
Amanda with a
Silent
D. Demander.
Amanda.
She's such a demander. That's what the
Yeah.
boys say.
Yeah.
Look, she's still out there. Like, this could be the whole movie.
I feel like you'd be a little bit more pissed off. Now, 2003, definitely mobile phones were around at this point.
You're an expert.
Yes.
Did you have one, though?
I did have a mobile phone.
Because remember...
It was like the third. It wasn't the 3310 at that point. I think it was maybe the one.
Because it took a while for everyone to have a mobile phone.
I'm
Like,
guessing
I'd
she
say-
has one. She works for like a network television show. now.
Yeah, that's right. She does as the makeup artist.
Yeah.
And she had to, give up that big job to
Yeah.
raise a creepy child.
I just I get the whole like people want to have babies thing, but like I don't know.
As a 32-year-old
seems
woman who
extreme.
doesn't have a baby, Amanda, do you need sperm and do you want a baby? My specific line of questioning was on purpose, where I asked sperm first, baby second.
Well, because if you ask baby
I
first,
want
then...
all the sperm. No, I don't get it. I think, like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The world's overpopulated.
What if
Calm
it
the
happens randomly, like you wake up?
Yeah,
Will that be
immaculate
alright?
conception.
If I woke up and I hadn't had sex and I was pregnant,
Your Jesus is...
It's like, well,
Mum.
if it happens, it happens.
YOLO! YOLO!
and it's now been recorded, so it's like I'm not giving either of you permission.
And then when you come to us, you're like, guys, I somehow got
what
immaculate
would we call
conception.
that? The trip. Like,
Yeah. The Guilt
Trip.
Trip is a movie with Seth Rogen, where you can come back here and be like, guys, I got immaculate conception. I don't know if I want it. And then I'll be like, excuse me. And then you hear the tape go, and rewind.
You skip
And
through all
play
our
this.
tangents.
And play
It
this part.
happens.
Can we talk about...
I think my point was more like her quest to go out and find sperm to have a child and raise it. Like
Jennifer Aniston's hungry for sperm.
hungry for it.
She's only just had a kid now, hasn't she, of her own?
Has she?
Yeah, and she's
know.
like 40-something, isn't she, by now?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I'm like, you plenty of time. Anyway.
Look, it's Jeff
I
Goldblum,
love
and
Jeff.
all he does in this film is eat things.
That's what's so
I
good
think
about
they
it.
didn't write a script. Well, to be honest, with Jeff Goldblum in anything, it feels like they never write a script for him.
Is that anything with a K?
Anything.
Isn't that the Polish way of saying it?
Yeah, you fuck. So, in anything, he just doesn't feel like he has a script, and he just is like, I'm just gonna wing it. And
Yeah.
it's glorious. As an actor, I wish I could be that type of guy where it's like, hey, it's me, Jeff. Like, Jeff Goldblum's such a character. Like, he's never played anyone who isn't Jeff Goldblum before, but boy,
Pretty
no
much.
one else can play that.
No.
No one else can
perfect.
play this. Like in the new Jurassic World trailer, it just cuts to him and he's just like, here I am again, talking about dinosaurs. And it's just like, he's not taking this seriously.
Now the confetti envelopes. Oh, piss
That's a
off.
lot of money.
Confetti.
No, like the way she's done this, right? To get all these cards, she's gone full out.
Well, no, this kind of pissed me off though, because I was like, at the moment I go to a lot of weddings and
Of
baby
course you
showers
do.
and stuff, because, you know, my friends are at the age of, and look, they're little sperm confettis. That's
Yeah.
kind of fun. I
Yeah.
kind of wish that shot up into his face.
What's your problem though? You're like, I have a problem, but I like the confetti.
Like
my
the sperm
problem with the
confetti.
my problem with the confetti.
Is it a pinch in the face? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. Alright, so she's made this life decision, and then we all have to come and have a fucking party and buy you a gift and like...
Well, in all
woo.
fairness, it's Juliette Lewis's suggestion and demand, like, because she's a new age chick. So
But this whole
it's
party
this bitch's
makes no
fault.
sense. It's literally like, okay, so you and your girlfriend decide to have a baby, and then you decide to throw a party, and then you leave and go and fuck, and then come back.
Well, no, it's different than
No,
that.
it's the same
It's
thing.
very different. He
like-
just goes off and masturbates.
Yeah.
Because he can't masturbate before the party and then bring the sperm, because the sperm, you know, it needs to be quick. Needs
But
to be
why
real
is there
quick.
a party is my point. Like, there might
Because
not
Juliette
even be-
Lewis
It's a ritual.
wanted a new age party to celebrate and break down the...
dumb.
It literally said... I like, the big problem is, with your problem is, the film addresses this
But
problem.
I know, but it's just...
But I know, but I don't like it. That's
Hold on,
okay.
I've got a
But
bit-
don't say that the film has a problem when it literally addresses it.
Hold
Well,
on.
no, my problem's not with the film. My problem is just with, like, people
Yourself.
making life choices and then me having to go and party for them. 'cause
I have
feel
a
like
very serious question.
Bartek, I just need to interrupt. Break this down. Amanda's problem with this film. Hold on. Amanda's problem with this film is...
Not with the film!
With this film is it evoked an emotion of a personal variety, you know, which is, I hate having to go to parties like this myself. The film's problem is Amanda's own problem. Brilliant. You've nailed this, Amanda.
Okay,
it's
yeah,
like,
it's a
like
film-
it's like me saying, you know what my problem with this movie is? Jason Bateman has hair, and I have hair, and that annoys me because I have to comb it. It's like the same principle. Nom nom nom. Little did we know that's a genetic trait. Bartek, you're gonna ask a very important question.
Yeah, it was going to be a joke, but at this point it's not going to be funny
Bartek,
anymore because
still,
you had
still say it and we'll laugh.
Well, it wasn't. It was going to be my delivery that would make it funny.
It's okay,
so...
Bartek. We'll laugh.
Alright, let's pretend nothing ever happened.
Okay.
Amanda, I've got a very serious question.
Oh,
No
yeah.
joke.
Go.
Are you going to say that you have a problem with the Viking helmet?
No, I liked the Viking helmet.
She likes Vikings. That was actually pretty good, Bartek, because it's a good question.
It is a really good question. I'm down with the Viking helmet.
Are you down with Patrick Wilson?
He looks like a Ken doll,
So that means yes.
but he plays the part well.
Have you seen Patrick Wilson? This is...
You said that you'd laugh.
Huh?
You said that you'd laugh at what I said, but you didn't.
Oh, sorry. Say it again. Say
I
it again.
legit
Do
like
you
the
have a
question.
problem with the Vikings? Funny joke.
Poor delivery.
I kind of wanted him to drink out of the Viking helmet. That's
You
what I would want to do.
wanted him to drink Viking helmets? Is that what you wanted?
The Vikings.
No, because he should have ejaculated into it instead, and then she could have basted it from there.
Because the joke is that he's horny.
Get it? I didn't actually put that together.
Yeah,
I didn't put that together.
I'm a smart
No,
sometimes.
but okay, so insemination parties are actually things.
Oh, Amanda, I believe everything that this film's detail. No, please show me insemination parties on your phone, Amanda. Please.
Single
Hey,
woman throws
remember
herself
this?
a sperm picking party. Like, what
Remember-
is this?
Oh, you have to actually pick it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, you have
At
to
the
pick
party.
the
Not
individual
beforehand?
one.
Like, no, but like at the party, it's like you get all your friends around and you like bring out, I don't know whether or not it's a catalogue or like fucking
Cocks.
Tinder.
You bring out cocks,
It's like
and you're like,
Spermindo or something.
here's cock.
So maybe this film didn't do so well because it was kind of out of touch with how they actually go.
Well, this was 2010.
No,
She's
this
looking
one's
at
an actual-
2017.
Yeah.
No, this is 2003.
And two
Sorry.
different parties. This one's
This is set in
insemination
2003.
party.
Okay, so this was like
So
a
maybe this is on point.
developmental point, or
Yeah.
still
If
coming
she was
into
having
play.
her insemination in 2010, she would have been doing it with a flip phone, taking photos, and then when it cuts to 2017, she'll be like on Facebook, Instagram, and her child. Like, that's what this...
I just
Well, when it does cut to 2010, there is a line. It's like, why didn't you accept my friend request? So, you know, it's
Yeah.
showing technology.
it's a lot of pressure, I just think, on everyone.
Look, it's a lot of pressure for
Like,
Patrick
being a
Wilson, who's a
dude,
married
yeah,
man,
you-
to just jack off in this random woman's bathroom so that she could
And
then
everyone
jam
celebrates.
a
And everyone's there
baster.
drinking and knowing what you're doing.
Well,
like,
in
I
all
just
fairness to
think it's a
Patrick
lot.
Wilson's character, he's fine with it because he's a assistant professor of feminology
Yeah.
and feminist studies.
Oh, yeah, that was
So
a
he's a
line.
new age guy. Which, by the way, when they introduced that as Patrick Wilson's thing, I only have 3 gripes with the film. 3. That's pretty low down on the gripes list. One of my gripes is Patrick Wilson's 2 separate characters, depending what era. So in this
Yeah.
era, he's, sensitive, new age, feminist, kind of intellectual
Legitimate nice
type.
guy, yeah.
He's a nice guy throughout all of it. But
Yeah.
then in the second half, he's a masculine dude who's like, I have a
Like-
cabin in the woods. Like, still a nice guy. But you never went, oh,
the
he's
book
still a professor, of feminist studies, right?
Yeah, true.
Like,
He's kind of like in a breakdown state.
yeah, so I give him the benefit of the doubt on that. So that's why it's a gripe. It's only a little, but and I
Is
give
that just one gripe you said?
Yeah, 1 out of the 3. I'll deliver them slowly, like seeds in the ground. They will grow during the podcast.
Ah, seeds, like sperm.
Get it?
Ah.
Oh, horny night.
Get it? What does the crown represent?
Condom.
Well, no, if she's
You have to
trying
ca-
to get
well, you have to
inseminated.
carry the sperm somewhere.
Yeah, I guess.
It symbolizes the cup thing that he has to put.
Bartek doesn't really know much about artificial insemination. We had to try.
It's like a turkey baster.
We went into this on our episode of When the Bow Breaks. So,
in. Did we?
of artificial insemination.
Oh no, I was talking about surrogates.
Oh,
You
yeah, but it's all the
confused about what I
same.
meant.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
surrogacy is still artificial insemination for her in that
Yeah, but
case.
I was talking about the definition of the word.
I
in
love
other
the decorations in the
circumstances.
background though.
Yeah, set designer did a real good job on this.
Don't you? Doesn't everyone want that in their lounge room?
Well, yeah.
Well, it's part of a party. It's not like
Look, it even has the egg.
Like, where would you find one of those?
Well, you make it. You see, you go to Spotlight and buy a bunch of materials, and you just get crafty, Amanda. You know what they
I
say?
think I might need to make one for Christmas.
Arts and crafts make babies. You
this
know,
was
I
2000
crafted my baby.
And remember, this
it doesn't talk.
And this is set 14 years ago, so nowadays
Wow.
you can find it much easier.
Wow, yeah, this is... Wow, she might have had to go on eBay to get some of this shit. Now we can just go...
14 years ago.
Well, set
Holy
14
moly.
years ago.
This
This was
was-
7 years ago.
This act of the film is 14 years ago.
Every act is set a different decade. It's one of those films. Hey, watch out for that chick's floating tits.
I do like the way he does drunk in this though.
Well, Jason Bateman's a
He's also
pro.
been high.
He's a pro actor.
He is pro.
Someone's in there. Use the other bathroom. Oh, thanks. I know where it is. I'm her best friend.
And off he waddles.
Waddles. He does literally waddle. Like, I love Jason
like a
Bateman's
little
drunkenness
duck or
because, like a what?
A little duck.
It's not just drunkenness.
Well, yeah, I'm agreeing with you on this because he's playing drunk through his nose.
He's also on the drug.
And the drug.
And the drug. The herbal drug.
I love this moment here where he sees this. You think this is going to be important, and he's like,
It's because he's an analyst, right?
His watch disappeared.
no, it didn't.
It did.
It's right there.
No, for a second it disappeared.
You're lying. It just went down his wrist a little, yeah. Amanda. Oh, guys, another problem I had with this movie was he has a watch, and that reminds me that I used to own a watch. Where did that watch go? It disappeared.
I hid it because it's really loud.
And look, there are two of him. Why are there two?
Fuck, magic. My problem with this scene was, why is there a candle next to his sperm?
Well, that's a new age.
To help
That's
him.
where she's fine. She's like, candle to your sperm, new age.
He used it to help him.
Because light symbolizes new life.
No, I was more
And
concerned
light.
that if you put flames and heat near sperm, it's not going to be a good time.
Kind of funny. I really enjoyed
No, I
it.
enjoyed
He's
this
like,
bit too. I enjoyed this where he's like threatening it.
I disagree. It wasn't kind of funny. It was absolutely hilarious.
This is probably
Yeah.
the best joke in the film. That and any
He's
line
having
Jeff
so much
Goldblum
fun.
delivers.
So much fun with that.
Well, it's because Jason Bateman's like, little do they know, there is no sperm in this jar. I'm acting. He's like, little do they know, I'm an actor.
So
this
he's-
isn't a
he's-
documentary.
He's a type of actor who finds it very funny that they're playing pretend, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, haha, little do they know,
Right, we
I'm
should
acting.
put on a stage show, but that would be like the joke that we keep finding it funny that we just pretend.
Yeah. In jokes are very funny for everyone else involved.
No, well, we'll explain it to the audience so that they can laugh with us.
Laugh at us.
Yeah.
Different.
You can explain the joke,
Feel
right?
free
That's
to
fine.
laugh.
I love just how Jason Bateman's hair is like all over the shop here, and then for the rest of the movie, it's
His hair
still
is
all
drunk.
over the shop.
He's a mess.
His hair
It's,
is drunk.
it's reflecting he's in a mess.
Now, you see, it's very different to his character Chip in the movie The X, which we did with Amanda previously, where his hair was very groomed and
The
neat.
comb over.
Comb over? No,
Did he not
it was a
have comb
middle
over?
part.
Okay.
Did you watch The
I
X?
feel like it was a little bit like...
You know what? It was probably a bit of both because he's a manipulator. He styles his hair to who he's talking to.
So, Ryan, did you read the IMDb trivia?
I did read the
The-
IMDb
the-
trivia.
I believe the topmost one was about this masturbation scene.
Was it?
Well, yes. Diane Sawyer was completely happy with them using her image and her for the masturbation scene, which I put down in my notes as a question to ask, which was, I wonder if Jason Bateman, when he was a child actor, you know, when he was in Teen Wolf 2, he thought to himself, one day, if I'm lucky enough, I'll still be around as an actor when I'm older, and hey, if I'm lucky enough, maybe I'll get to wank off to a picture of Diane Sawyer in a film, not just in my private life.
Hard to say.
And I think he's very happy with the result of this film. Look at him here. He looks wrapped.
Fucking thrilled.
Well, he's playing hungover, Amanda. I don't know if you've ever been hungover before, but Amanda's giving me a look like, Ryan, I'm hungover now. Hence I'm chewing gum on an audio podcast.
You can't hear
A
it.
delicious thing to hear. My favorite part of this scene is the fact that Jeff Goldblum is eating. Still,
I was just
still
doing,
eating.
I was just doing
He
the
was eating when he
soundtrack
came
for
in.
Jeff.
Jeff, look at him. He's just like, guys, don't pay me in money. Pay me in food. I do not gain weight, so it does not matter.
Well, food is one of the basic necessities that you need to live.
Jeff Goldblum's a god, so he doesn't need food. It's kind of just a pleasure for him.
Clearly he does.
No, it's a pleasurable thing. It's an addiction, but he doesn't need it.
But would he have done this film if they didn't feed him?
No, exactly. But like what I'm saying is, he doesn't technically need food.
He doesn't need
It's
to
an
live.
addiction. Yeah. He doesn't need it to sustain himself. He is fueled on dreams.
I watched this with my housemates, and this is not about food, but this is about Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
Yeah. He has really big ears.
Well, yeah, he has also nice, luscious, watery eyes and kiss me lips.
But they're so big.
Yeah.
I think it's because I don't have little ears, but I don't know.
You have tiny ears. It's a cult. It's a thing. It's just a thing.
It's so great though, because when he stands next to him, it's like it's almost as big as his,
lots of older
nose
Jewish actors
combo.
have huge ears. Hence, he was perfectly cast in Independence Day with his dad, who also has huge ears. It's just
I have not seen that in a long time.
Independence Day.
Mm.
Well, it's got
I saw
Jeff
it in the
Goldblum in it.
movies when it came out.
Wow, old enough to see Independence Day when it came out in the cinema.
When did that come out?
in the 90s.
Yeah.
Only 90s kids remember.
Was Independence Day 90s?
Yes, it was
I
before
little.
Godzilla, so yeah, 1990, probably 1994.
I would have been grade 3.
Oh, Amanda's favourite scene.
Yeah, right? Nice.
Hamlet. She loves Hamlet.
Dude.
Dude, I love Hamlet. He's like my favourite. As actors who have had to look at Shakespeare before, do we think this was a really good performance of?
You got to see Shakespeare?
Yeah, we see him every day. He says, "Touch my cock and you get a HD," and I said, "Okay, Shaky."
Oh. I thought you called him Bill.
Please.
No.
We were on the same page.
Yeah.
No, you only call him Bill once you finish your degree, because then you can be like.
But you said you see him every day. You've already finished your degree.
Yeah, but like when I was doing my degree, and now it's over. But me
It's
referencing
so
Shaky
cool.
was when I was doing my degree. Like
Right.
I just wanked
when you
him
had to
off.
Be formal, yeah.
When I had to wank him off, I said, "Thanks, Shaky."
And then he said, "Thank you for Shaky."
that was where I was going with this, and then you guys were like, "Oh, Bill, actually, guy."
Well, you ruined my joke earlier, so it's only.
I didn't ruin it. I just enhanced it.
You have to ruin Amanda's later, but just one.
really
Amanda
have
doesn't
any?
tell jokes. She just is one.
Hey!
Hey, so your housemates saw this, said Jeff Goldblum has nice big ears that they want to like nom on.
Yeah, somebody was just like, he has big ears, and I was just like, then I just.
And
sort
then
of
you were
lost in the scene because I was like,
Oh, penis.
So hold on, Ryan. I actually interrupted you. What were you saying? We see Shakespeare. We had to see Shakespeare.
We see, we got to study Shakespeare. Was that guy doing a good performance of Shakespeare?
I'm not familiar with Hamlet, so
Yeah, I
don't
haven't really
know.
seen
Yeah, but you know enough.
Not really, actually.
Okay, you studied drama, you don't know anything. Amanda, you studied drama, you don't know anything. As someone who also studied drama, I guess I don't know either. Case solved.
I guess what we're trying to say is
It might have
Hamlet doesn't
been.
matter.
I feel like 3 seconds of Hamlet it's hard to tell if it's.
No, you're wrong. I think that's enough.
He should have said whatever he was saying. It's like, "Where's the skull? That's Hamlet, right?" And everyone would clap. It's like, "Oh, that is Hamlet."
Look,
Yeah.
I would have gone to see that show.
Of course he would have, to Gork.
Where's
At
the
the
skull?
skull.
Really? Well, he said at the end, he goes, it actually got really good. And he was pissed off that she told him that she was.
Ryan, were you impressed that this film recorded for 7 whole years?
I was
shot.
as well. I was expecting if this film was made earlier. If this film was made in 2007, it would have had a shot there with the Twin Towers just not being there anymore. And
Well,
it
we'd
would
have to see
been
the plane
point-
in fastest motion because it's the whole thing.
And then yeah. That would be exactly it. He looks out. Actually,
to see
the-
Black Tuesday
do you
itself.
know there's a movie, I want to say there's a movie with Robert Pattinson where it's a rom-com movie and then it literally ends with he's in the Twin Towers and he sees a plane coming towards him and then the
No,
credits go and it's just
really?
like, that's how you end a rom-com?
And was that related to the film itself? Or?
No, it was just a gotcha ending.
Okay.
Oh.
Kind of, like, I guess
If it
it
was a
makes...
horror movie, I guess.
I mean, it
that
kind of...
would
No.
make
It was
sense,
a
but
romantic comedy
Yeah.
tragedy, I guess, by
Okay.
that. And it's
Very
just
tragic.
like, hey, look, it's a chick
Totally.
from the TV show Hannibal. She's in this film
Oh,
for
I
some
haven't
reason.
seen it. I did really like this scene.
I liked it too because it gave us an inner workings of Jason Bateman's character. It's like, okay, we get what he's about.
Yeah.
He's a sad man.
Yeah.
But he's
We
not wearing-
haven't understood that in the last 30 minutes.
Well,
but-
Ryan, he's changed. He's not wearing stripes.
No, he's not wearing sweater vests.
He's not wearing stripes either.
Which he was
Has
wearing
sleeves now,
in
Bartek.
The X. What's with Jason Bateman wanting to wear sweater vests in movies? Does he just say, it's in my contract, Jeff gets to eat food, I get to wear vests?
Well, in the X, he was sort of like a married to his job kind of guy. Sort
Yeah,
of.
but vests are still
Married
flashy.
to a lie, more like it.
Married to a wheelchair. So, it's okay, he was pretending to be crippled. It wasn't a crippled
He
joke.
wasn't really.
Spoilers for the X.
Spoiler, Zach Braff is great. So,
Spoiler, Zach Braff was right.
Bartek, you walked into this not knowing anything, really. You knew the title.
You're saying I'm a dumbass?
No, I'm leading up to that point.
And the film
pointy
made me
thing.
an intelligent man that I am today?
Yeah. You're forever changed. You don't
Yeah.
know much about Shakespeare, but you know a lot about Jason.
I know Midsummer Night's Dream.
I know that too,
I
man.
know Romeo and Juliet. God damn it.
Who are
I know
they?
that too.
Did they have a happy ending?
Yes.
I've only seen the Hot Fuzz version of
I've-
it, so they do have a happy ending. They sing and dance, yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
of Coriolanus.
So what I was gonna say was, you walked in this not knowing really anything. What what did you think about it in the end? Like you walked in blind. What was your experience with this? Because it's like I said in my history, I found this to be a lot dark, like a lot more dramatic,
Well,
and you knew it was going to be a drama comedy.
How far are we in this movie in terms of minutes?
Half an hour-ish.
Are you sure? Let's just have a quick
Half
look.
an hour.
Yeah. So there was a point where I remembered, oh, yes, at some point they did say this is 7 years prior, so there is going to be a time skip of some sort.
Yeah.
And again, I hadn't seen the poster, so I didn't know what the switch was referring to. So it was still this case of like, all right, where's this going? And then, yeah, when he was playing with the sperm, I'm like, I think I know what's going to be switched. That's what I said to myself. In the
Literally out loud. Literally out loud.
No way.
His mum had to come in and went, "What's this?" And then you had to explain it to her.
Wait,
She was like,
gone.
"Let's rewind it to the start." And then you guys watched it together. And then she had the exact same realization. And then your brother walked in and he goes, "What's this?" And they're like, "Okay." And rewound it again.
And then
And then he got up to the point as well. And you all
just
said in
before-
unison, "Oh, I think I know what it is."
When we saw the cup, I'm like, you think it's going to be the sperm that gets switched? And we're all like, yep.
Yep. And then your brother said nope. And then you were like, "What do you think it is?" "Candle, bro." and then your cut, the candle cut. Jason Bateman just switches candles in the room, and then the rest of the film is about Jennifer Aniston wondering why her scented candle smells different.
Yeah, 7 years later she realized.
For 7 years she's been wondering.
Yeah.
She's gone like full on Zodiac killer investigations on this. It's still unsolved.
He's such a shit person. He just
Well-
takes out a thing of a frame and then throws it.
That's
into
what you
something.
found to be the shit person, not the switching of
Well,
sperm.
no, he's a shit person in general. He's that character. Like he's.
But he redeems himself. He
Come
redeems
on.
himself. He says sorry. Hashtag not all men. Jason Bateman really is the friend zone, not all men type.
Well, I mean, Jennifer Aniston was in Friends.
Yeah, I know. So he got zoned in the Friends universe. This was a film. So you got to the point where you're like, "I know what this sperm is."
But he couldn't remember switching the sperm because he was very drunk.
Yeah, well, you know, Amanda, you know, you can.
Personally, I don't think I would do that.
But
You don't have
if I was-
sperm, so
Even
it's
if
like.
I was that high and that drunk, I just
You know,
don't think-
I will say this. There was a point in the film, it was before he realised that, you know, he accidentally switched the sperm. I was wondering, is this film gonna have it be a realisation and that's gonna be
The
like,
whole
a conflict? Or is it gonna be like something that they never discover and this is like a cheeky little secret only the audience knows?
Well, fun fact, you were wrong on both fronts. It was a film that he knows fairly quickly and just doesn't tell her because he might get with her.
Well, no, he immediately tries to
Yeah,
tell
but
her,
then she's like, "Hey, it's a romantic comedy. Remember the romantic part? I love you, sorta." And he's like, "Oh, that throws me for a loop. Gotta keep the drama now," which
That's
I like.
not what I was gonna say. Oh, well, despite loving you, let's date this guy.
Yeah, no, despite loving you, please tell me about how you fucked up my life, Jason. Well, technically I didn't fuck you. My sperm
I wouldn't
fucked you.
describe it with the please, considering that he keeps trying to tell her, but things
Well,
keep
later
going
in the
wrong.
film, he spends a good hour trying not to tell her.
He's like, he's gonna propose to you. Look, I gotta just say it, all right?
Does he look like a Wally to you?
It looks a bit more kind of a burger, if you ask me.
Yeah.
He
And
looks.
look, it's a junior burger. Ah.
He does not look like a burger, that kid.
No, but he looks a little bit like Jason Bateman.
He does. I think they did good casting
Yeah.
on the kid.
And
I
he's
actually
super
really
cute.
like the kid. Yeah, I don't really care about the cute part. I think it's more that the kid really embodies a young Jason Bateman type.
He's a
But
sassy little
there's
man.
a thing in the trivia, Amanda, because I know you love trivia.
Yes.
Fan theory of this.
Oh,
Okay.
You know, fans, they have theories about this.
Right.
film.
Ryan, I will listen to what you have to say.
There's a fan theory since the kid has brown eyes, that
Blue eyes,
that
parents.
both the guys have blue eyes. That the possibility is it's neither of their kids, and then the trivia also states, yeah, but color of eyes don't actually hold water, so it actually is, and it actually pretty much says it is Jason Bateman, you idiots. Basically, that's what it
And
sums
it
up
even
to.
makes a point of like how this is really devastating in some cases where they're trying to find out who the fathers are. Like,
Yeah,
it gets
because
serious.
we had this conversation last night because someone in my later room was like,
An
"Ah, but
idiot,
they've
and they're
got-
like, you get brown eyes.
they've got two blue eyes," and I was like, you can have a brown eyed child if you have blue.
A brown-eyed girl.
I thought that song was written about me as a kid. My eyes aren't even brown.
My only complaint with that song is that it said brown eyes, and it reminded me that I want brown eyes. So I thought the song was about me.
They were
to
brown.
be fair, it wasn't their fault. I wasn't born yet when they wrote the song.
They were browner then. They're kind of getting more green and orange as they get older.
It's kind of like, you know, when kids are young, they have blonder hair and it goes darker.
Mine was
Amanda's, of course.
I was quite fair as a child.
Yeah, of course you were. Because you're a child. Every child has lighter hair and then it goes darker.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to. But you had dark eyes and they just got lighter.
They were like always hazily, but I just figured because they were brown.
You just literally said to me, my eyes are darker, but now they're getting greener.
No, they've definitely changed. They've definitely gotten greener.
Bartek, what colour eyes do you have?
I have bluey green eyes, like my dada.
I have hazel eyes as well. Huzzah!
So I'm the unique one.
My eyes will change weekly, I
You
swear.
are not our child.
My eyes change.
Well, actually, that's not true, Amanda. You could be my parents.
Parents, both of them. You were there at that screening where
no,
Bartek was like,
I
my
was
mama
8.
came in and was like, what's this? It was Amanda. She came in with her household. That sketch
Right,
actually gets longer.
When I said you could be my parents, I was talking about you and Amanda.
No, you were speaking to just Amanda. I'm not your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
was
your
born a
mum,
few
but
months
I'm not your
older.
dad.
I'm a few months older than you, so that's true.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense, Bartek. Remember earlier when I said you're too
Time
young
travel.
to give sperm, but I'm plenty old enough? It's because I got street smarts, and Amanda needs a man who has street smart sperm. You know, the sperm needs to know I can go in this building and
Wait,
be
Ryan,
fine.
Do what I want.
You're old, so, like...
My sperm's old,
Can I
but
ask-
I'm young.
I have wise
Can I ask you a grown-up question? Do you swear?
Fuck no, buddy.
Whoa, you swore.
No, that wasn't a swear.
That's so cool.
That's English for no.
It's the sound of.
No, yeah, buddy.
No, yeah? Is that Australian for
Yeah,
yes?
nah.
It's yeah, nah, and nah, yeah. Which basically mean the same
What do you
thing.
go into, like a phone store?
A phone store with a spiral staircase. Well, don't you take your kid to the phone store?
And
Well, I
say
mean,
don't
he
go
likes
in.
pictures, though. Yeah.
He likes pictures, but ones that
Right.
exist already.
And there's a sad revelation about why he likes them later on.
Bringing up my second gripe.
Yeah? You
Probably the reason why this film's
Don't,
unappreciated,
you
guys.
don't like sad kids, Ryan?
Fucking hate kids.
No,
No.
sad kids.
You don't want to have children?
Look, you know,
If it happens... it
that's
happens,
not what
right?
I was... My
Yeah.
gripe.
If I wake up one day and I...
Immaculate
And I'm
conception.
Your wife's suddenly pregnant?
I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. My second gripe, and it's the reason I think this film's unappreciated, is it has a conflicting message and theme in this regard.
It's about family.
So
It's nature and nurture.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because the idea that, you know, I don't know what you subscribe to, but I'm more of a nurture forms the person, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
In this film, it's like nature, man. Like, he's genetically like his dad, so that means his personality is going to be like his dad no matter what. You know?
Totally.
Like, you know, like his dad's neurotic. It means he's neurotic, like his son, right? But then the film challenges that. With Jason Bateman revealing to us why he is the way he is by saying because his dad left him when he was a child, which is introducing the idea of, no, his problem is a nurture thing created his problem, right? That conflicts with the idea that this is a
the kid's
natural
genetically-
thing.
Yeah.
So the film conflicts with itself on both points. But that's when I say that gripe
Then-
turns into a strength, because the film is saying that's just like life, buddy. There is no black or white. It's all grey.
Yes,
But
right.
then the
It's
kid
that,
doesn't
that
have
little
a
girl
father.
from the taco commercial who's like, why not both?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Why not both?
And then everyone claps.
Amanda wanted to say that. You ruined her.
You ruined it. No, that's
See,
not
you
what I
took
was gonna
her
say at
joke
all.
away.
Well, we all have to ruin one person's joke, so
Well,
it's happened. It's all three now.
Yeah, go on, Amanda.
I don't even know what I was going to say. Well, no. Well, so Jason Bateman's neurotic because his father left. So isn't that almost saying like the little kid's a bit neurotic because he didn't have Jason Bateman growing up?
Yeah, no, you could argue that. But it's also kind of like, was his mum just not at all? Because she actually, not at all. You just went, yeah. What was I going to say, Amanda? Not at all what? Hot? She is hot. You're a liar. No, what I was going to say is, she seems like a pretty good mum. Like, she told him about the birds and the bees in a very sensible way without sugarcoating it, but sugarcoating it just enough. Like, she pretty much told him what happened, truthfully. She said, I went to a doctor, he gave me a seed, and here I am. Like, she didn't go, a stork came, and Your
Having
immaculate
patch.
Yeah,
conception.
yeah. It was balanced. It wasn't like she was like, oh, the penis enters the vagina.
daddy's
Like, it
not
didn't
so-
happen.
No,
But,
right,
like,
she didn't have a penis enter her
But it-
vagina. She had a baster, which was the original name for the film, Baster. And
Was it?
apparently Jennifer Aniston was very upset that they didn't keep the name Baster.
Why?
Because she liked it.
But really
Because the
reasoning?
film, she uses a baster to fucking inseminate baby into her
and then
vagina hole.
And then Jason Bateman went up to her and said, "Look, just pretend."
That's where
Vagina
baby,
hole.
that's where babies come from, yeah? The vagina hole.
Yes.
No, Oh,
But
fancy
Goldblum's
pants.
ears.
Call it just the vagina. I call it the vagina hole. Now, is Jeff Goldblum the real dad? Is that another fan theory that it could be Jeff Goldblum that's the dad? Because the kid has big ears. Amanda's already figured it out.
Ryan, he doesn't ejaculate; he eats.
Yeah, but maybe...
He only puts in.
I see. There's a hole in the theory, the vagina hole specifically.
He never puts out.
He never puts out. Jeff Goldblum never whips out his dick in this film, so I guess he can't be the dad. But every other guy whips out his dick in the film because there's only 2 guys.
What about the kid?
He's not a guy. He's a kid. You have to be older to be a guy.
Oh, so
You don't call a fucking 4-year-old guy, do you? Hey, look, it's a guy.
Well, you can get a little man.
Yeah, little man, but that's not guy.
Oh, true.
But man or guy?
Man or guy?
Guy or man?
That sounds like the beginning
Not
of...
like a caveman.
No,
Man or guy.
Man is guy then.
That feels like the beginning of some real martial arts song. Guy is man, man is guy. Boosh, and it just goes into like
Is that Mario?
It
a
wasn't
little
Mario.
bit, a little bit. I wanted to mix it with Mario and the
Just
"Become a
sample
Man"
everything.
song from Mulan.
Hmm.
You know, where
Um,
they got to take down the Hun. You know,
The
from
honey.
Mulan. You were there for Mulan.
Well, I don't know if I actually ever seen Mulan. I think it might
As a
have.
woman, how could you have not seen Mulan?
Oh,
She
yeah.
was your representation.
I'm a man and I haven't seen Mulan, but that's okay.
It had
I'm a
Eddie
man.
Murphy as Chinese dragon.
Oh, yeah, no, I think I might have seen it once, maybe
Yeah,
not.
nah, I don't like Eddie Murphy Chinese dragon.
What about Eddie Murphy as a donkey marrying a dragon?
Well, that's different,
fine.
Bartek,
It's not
because he's
that
not
one.
Chinese.
Ah.
He's grey. He's a grey donkey. Look, a
This
penguin.
is just... Yeah.
We were both like, hey, look, a penguin. Everyone's favourite penguin.
I love penguins.
Is a penguin your favourite animal?
No.
What's
I
your
don't
favourite?
have a favourite. I do love a good penguiny, though.
What? What's your,
I have a question.
what's your fucking favourite animal? We have to pick. It's
I don't
Sophie's
wanna pick.
choice.
No.
Sophie's choice,
Can't
Amanda.
make me pick one.
I will. You got a gun to your head.
What animal do you look like? That's a better question.
You look like an owl.
or a panda.
Nah, not a panda, an owl.
An owl.
An owl.
Yeah.
Meow.
I'm bird-like.
Yeah,
Ryan, were
it's
you-
the sudden head movement that spins all the way back.
Oh, the
Ryan, were
360
you,
head, yeah.
were you
sorry.
trying to insult her by saying she's a Chinese animal, a panda?
No, she said she was a panda. I
Oh
just...
yeah, you're right. My joke fell apart because
No,
the wrong
Bartek,
person said
Bartek.
it. Yeah,
Bring
yeah,
it back,
yeah.
bring it back. Ask me again.
Hey Ryan, were you trying to insult her by asking?
No, you fucking idiot. She did it herself. Jesus.
Hey!
Oh.
See, I set you up to fail there. That was the joke.
What do you look like then?
And then he
He
just
looks like a
said,
bear.
You are a bear.
Do I?
You're a bear, Bartek, because you're hairy. You're a gay bear.
I'm not gay.
You've got like this, like a cool.
You're not happy,
this beard
Bartek?
thing.
No.
He's a sad bear.
I want to be a pinguini.
But he's a good
You
homosexual.
could be a penguiny.
What am I?
You're just gay.
I actually don't know. I don't know.
That was
I
a
just
dumb
look and go,
joke.
I don't know what
I
my
reckon
animal
a
is.
woodchuck.
A woodchuck?
Yeah.
I don't even know what they look like, if I'm honest. Do they look like...
You look like Woody Woodchuck.
Woody
Wood,
woodchuck.
woodpecker?
Woodpecker! A woodpecker is what I meant.
They're completely
They're
different.
totally different.
Woody Woodchuck was
Ryan,
her...
you
Wait a
are-
minute. She thought... You know that famous cartoon character, Woody Woodpecker? I like his counterpart, Woody Woodchuck.
And you'd be like a Frankenstein's monster because you're tall and your head's big.
I'm Michael Shannon. You could just say it.
You're a Michael Shannon.
He's an animal. I don't know what lagoon he came out of, but he's get it because he's in the new movie Shape of Water, which is a new reference to
Water
the
doesn't have
Black
a
Lagoon.
shape.
The shape of water. You can make water into any shape you want.
Water is not shape.
Shape is water.
Man or water.
Guy man.
Sorry, shape are not water.
Look, a bus.
Ooh.
I just wanted to get a commentary real
Is that
good.
the bus from the trivia that's like got a baster on it or something?
Yeah, there's like a bus in this
What?
movie that's got like a baster on it at one point. It's like, get it? The movie's called Baster. It doesn't really work because the movie's not called Baster in this film. Now,
Isn't it based on a story called
it's based on a
Baster or
short
something?
story. The author disowned it because they cast Jason Bateman, because apparently in the original story, the main guy is an ugly guy, and he said, no, they cast handsome Jason Bateman.
Oh, really? So he's like,
And he's like,
disowned the fact
yeah.
that they're similar.
And he said, it's gone to Hollywood.
Yeah.
I feel like the minute Jennifer Aniston steps
Do you
in.
reckon
the-
Jason Bateman blushed when you heard that?
I'm handsome?
Maybe.
Oh, God. The only person who calls me that is my mum.
Mumsy.
And she's dead now.
I want astronaut pajamas.
I thought you were going to say, I want Ashton Kutcher. And I'm like, man, everyone wants him.
Yeah.
He's not in the film, but imagine if he was, he should have played the son.
I would say that Jason Bateman's like devilishly handsome though. Like he's
everyman
unique
handsome.
looking. Yeah.
He's well, that's why we've talked about this many times, but Jason Bateman,
So, but the person was supposed to be ugly.
yeah,
Okay,
I'll
well, he's not
go.
ugly.
I'll go. Jason Bateman plays your everyman very well, and he's an everyman in this film, but he's an everyman in the sense of he's the embodiment of all our insecurities, all those little nagging feelings that we have. He's the literal embodiment of it. Like, we've all had similar feelings to Jason Bateman, but he's times 10.
Yeah.
You know, when like
On
I
a scale
said,
of 1
if
to
Amanda
Jason
asked me
Bateman-
for sperm, I'd say, yeah, I'll give it to you. And I've had that
No, you
feeling.
wouldn't.
He's got hypochondria. He thinks that he has things that he doesn't. He thinks that he is man.
Therefore, guy.
Full of sins. Yeah, man is guy.
Guy is man.
Sorry, man are guy.
E
No,
equals
guy.
MC guy man.
I think that works. Ask Einstein. He'll say yes.
He was a man and a guy.
Oh, he are guy.
But he wasn't a little guy man. He was a big guy man. He was a bear man. He was very hairy. Hey, do you think Einstein was circumcised or not?
I don't know. I've never really thought about that.
Have you thought about Einstein's cock before?
I think so.
Have you?
Yeah, because they
Have
were like,
you ever
he
thought
never wore
about-
pants. And I was like, I wonder if he was wearing underwear or was he just wearing
What do you mean he never wore pants?
Well, not that he never wore pants, but there were a few
You ever seen a
occasions
picture of his pants, Ryan?
You fucking got me!
because his brain was like in hyperdrive over here trying to figure out and shit.
Oh yeah, he just didn't wear pants.
Like
They
sometimes
slowed him down.
he'd forget basic things
Ryan,
like washing every day or like putting his pants on.
Pants are not science.
Sorry, Amanda went from one extreme to the other. It's like, you know, Ryan, I mean, his brain was in hyperdrive. He would forget little things like washing and his pants.
Yeah.
like, okay, he forgot to have a shower today. Fair enough. But he forgot his pants. He
I
just
swear
walked
it's his
outside
thing.
and he went down the road and he's like, I'm the world's smartest man and I don't know I have pants on.
Ryan,
This up.
do you think that...
Please get a Pornhub video for us of Einstein pantsless.
Ryan, do you think that he was circumcised or not circumcised?
I think he was totes circumcised.
Okay.
Wait,
Did he have the...
I have actual inkling that he may have actually been uncircumcised because he was German.
That was going to be what I was going to say.
But he wasn't a Nazi. He was the opposite of a Nazi, so maybe he was
And
circumcised. Yes.
Spelled backwards, that's a joke.
Opposite, Bartek. I get it.
It's
It's
not
reversed.
opposite, it's spelled backwards.
Look, the dog. Remember, he's your favorite. Oh, he got a boner from Diane Sawyer.
So, Ryan, by your logic, is the opposite of dog God?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Oh, okay.
And
Fair
cats are tack. Because they're tacky. Like Jeff Goldblum's glasses? Look at those bad boys. Look at that.
Is he eating or is he just chewing?
I like he's eating.
Definitely eating there.
And I love how he casually
smooching
has
at
a
the same time.
mistress in this scene and we never see her again. He's like, hey, what's up? I've got a... In this scene, I want to eat and grab a lady.
And smooch at the same time. He's doing a
He
true
was
smooch.
inspired by Starsky and Hutch, clearly.
Well, you know, let's not forget, he was single at the time during this, probably. He only got recently, like 3 years ago, I guess, got remarried and he has a kid. It's gorgeous.
Look, I just don't think anything on Muppet Central is going to be true.
On what?
Muppet Central.
This is like a Muppet version of Einstein you're looking up?
Wait a moment.
Ryan,
I
is-
like how there was a little pause when she said it like, huh, I don't think there's not going to be any good information on Muppet Central.
Right,
Really
I've got a
is.
very serious question. Is Muppet Einstein circumcised
Do you
or
want to hear
not
some fun facts
circumcised?
about Einstein?
No, I want to hear
Yes.
the truth about the pants.
Alright, Einstein was a fat baby with a large head.
That's fun.
He had speech difficulty as a child.
Yeah.
That's him apparently.
Well,
He
yeah.
got some swag.
Well, thanks for the visual reference.
Yeah.
Looks a bit girly.
Everyone looked girly back then. You know why? Because feminism existed
Yes.
so hard that everyone looked the same gender, and hence there was no sexism. Isn't that right, Amanda?
Yes.
And then, Jermaine Greer had to come along and ruin the
Einstein
whole...
was a ladies' man, so there must have been plenty of women who...
No, he was a guy, man. We just went through
Einstein
this.
is guy.
Einstein is guy, man.
But he was... maybe one of them spoke about it.
No one spoke about this. You're
Why?
crazy. Maybe you just imagine Einstein without pants. Like,
Wait,
I imagine...
hold on. Was he Jewish?
No, he was just German.
Oh, okay.
A lot of Germans just didn't... I don't think he was Jewish. I'm pretty sure. I think he was just German. I think he just...
Stein confused me.
Oh, maybe, actually. No, I think he was just German and refused to go along with Nazis. A lot of
And
them...
so they wanted to burn...
As a
all his
newborn,
books.
was he like that? I don't want to be Nazi.
Well, no.
I is not Nazi.
When did he go to America? I don't care! I needed the pants information,
I'm doing
Amanda.
it. I'm going. I'm looking.
Bartek, Jeff Goldblum's here.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some great interior design.
He's not eating here, by
He's
the
wearing
way.
clothes.
Hold on, Amanda. He will be eating soon.
Will he?
Eating some exposition.
Ooh.
So, what I was going to say, Bartek, is Jeff Goldblum's here.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about him like, hey, he's this guy we all love and everyone worships.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Do you like Jeff Goldblum? Have you seen much of his films or know much about him? Because he is one of these people like Bill Murray that's kind of a meme in themselves.
Bill.
For me, he's just another guy. I've never really cared.
Jurassic Park?
No,
Oh,
I
he gets eaten off a toilet.
might have seen it once, but didn't.
Oh no, that wasn't him.
What did you say?
He got eaten off a toilet, but he didn't. He's
Jeff Goldblum is alive and well in the Jurassic Park universe.
he's totally just sitting in the back of the thing. You're like, yay.
Am I the only one who see Jurassic Park in this fucking panel? It seems like I'm the only one. Like, Amanda's
No,
like
I went to the
describing
movies to
some
see it.
film. Huh?
I went to the movies to see it.
You're that old.
I'm that old.
You're that old.
I was terrified.
One of the first movies I remember seeing vividly in the cinema was Austin Powers 2, The Spy
yes.
Who Shagged Me. Because I was a huge fan of Austin Powers 1.
You would have been.
As a kid, I had a hat that I wore of
Oh.
Austin Powers 1 at school, and the teachers thought it was inappropriate, but then I said it was okay, and they said, okay.
I have a magnet of Austin Powers in just his underwear.
I have that exact same one as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, and you get to put clothes on him and stuff.
Oh, I don't have clothes. For
No,
it.
you probably lost them over the years.
No, when it was given to me, it's just like, this is it.
No, my one is you got to put all these different outfits on him. It was great.
Okay.
You also had different
dress
hair.
up game for Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone goes to
So,
school and it's like, oh look,
Jeff-
there's Ryan.
So
playing
Jeff
his-
Goldblum, to use just another actor who exists in
Yeah,
the
I've
sphere.
seen him in a bunch of things, and I hear everyone loves him.
Independence Day?
I haven't seen Independence Day, but
The Fly?
haven't seen The Fly.
So you're telling me you may have seen Jurassic Park, but I can't really remember too well. You haven't seen Independence Day. You haven't seen The Fly. You haven't seen Jeff Goldblum's 3 best films.
Maybe they're not worth watching because they're appreciated.
You're right. I'm a fucking idiot.
You walked right into that one, Ryan.
I walked into it. It's my fault.
I can't
I'm
believe
the
you're
fool.
here on unappreciated masterpieces talking about these appreciated masterpieces.
Sorry, I'm just a woodchuck. Woody Woodchuck.
Yeah. And I'm a bear who wants to be a pinguini.
No, Woody Woodchuck's noise would not be the Woody Woodpecker noise. It would be the exact opposite.
That's why I get it.
Woody Woodchuck's noise would be blah blah.
Wouldn't
That
it
would
be
be his.
Wouldn't it just be like clunks of wood landing on the ground?
It would be him going huh, 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 because he's chucking
Kinda
wood.
like Mokujin from Tekken.
I understood that reference. Did you, Amanda? You're old enough for Tekken. Actually, you were too old for Tekken.
Probably.
What's your video game as a kid?
Mario.
Which one?
Like,
The first one?
yeah.
Are we
No,
talking-
number 3 was my jam.
Number 3 Mario. So you were a Nintendo kid.
Yeah, we had a Nintendo.
I mean, you are older than PlayStation, so fair enough.
I remember when that came out.
Hmm.
I remember when the internet came in.
Do you remember ARPANET?
Can we find your old AOL where you're like Amanda the Dog 99?
No, it's still just Amanda Santuccione.
Just Amanda Santuccione.
Yeah.
You were too lame. No, we've had a guest on the show that when they were a young girl would try and catfish pedophiles on the
Oh.
internet. Did you do the same thing?
This?
A friend of ours.
I
She did it as fun for fun, thinking that they would be max 25 years old. I had to break it to her. that they were not 25-year-old people. Amanda, did you ever have to catfish predators online?
Okay, this is where I'm really sad. You're gonna hate me. I wasn't the MSN kid. I wasn't online.
It's okay.
I was in my room listening to Triple J and making mixtapes.
I like how you said you're sad. You were going to be sad. That's exactly where I was. I grew up without internet, so welcome to my world.
Yeah, great. Yeah, well, we had one
MSN.
computer. We had 4 kids, and it's like the internet obviously was attached to the phone line.
Of course it was.
So the minute someone picked up the phone, the internet, it's all out. It's all over. So, yeah.
I can't remember if was it always like that? When you picked up the phone, your internet was just gone.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it just, you could listen to it.
I just had no care for, like, sitting online and chatting. It was not my thing.
Because Amanda was too busy writing her fan theories on this film.
Writing poems.
Ryan, keep ignoring her whenever she brings up her mixtapes.
Sorry, Amanda, you want to tell me about your mixtapes?
And, like, the radio, like, presenter
Yeah, so
always
Bartek, what did you put on your mixtapes?
It was just what I was liking at the time.
So Pearl Jam.
Totally, there was some Pearl Jam on there. I found one the other day and I was playing it.
Fun fact, Pearl Jam sucks. You should have been listening to Cows with Guns. The song Cows with Guns. That was one of my jams as a kid. It's a song about cows with guns. It really explains itself.
I have a problem with this scene.
Okay, another problem from Amanda. She's bringing in her problems bag, Bartek. She's pulling out her problem and plunking it on the problem
this
table.
This is important.
Maybe it's more. I think I just want to throw a question. All right. So
okay.
You're speaking to someone that you're obviously thinking that there's feelings there, and
you've
started the conversation. Mm-hmm. So you go into the conversation with it, like saying, "Oh yeah, I totally see that there's feelings." And then you realise that's not what they're talking about. Would you honestly start flailing and running away? Or would you just be like, we're having this conversation?
I haven't said my thing yet. Yeah. We've done that in this recording already, yeah.
Like, I feel like you would stay and be like, alright, well, this is now on the table.
It's like, hey, remember when we were talking about the love thing? Not about that. I had something to say and I hadn't said it yet.
Yeah,
no.
Like, she just runs away and I'm like, don't you want to know what he wanted to say?
No, I think she got flustered by the fact that she thinks that she misread the situation because he reacts in a way that isn't what she expected, because he kind of reacts because he's surprised, but in her perception he reacts in a way which is, no, that's not the case, because he's kind of reacting in, wow, no, that's not what I was going to talk about, but okay,
hey, this is cool.
But she reacts in a, like, think about it, she's a single mum, she hasn't, by what we've gathered, dated anyone since him, really, it seems like. It doesn't,
as far as we know.
As far as we know, or she hasn't dated since she's become a mum. She opens herself up to... Oh, she's kind of dating Patrick Wilson at this point, technically. She opens herself up to this lifelong, like a long-term friend who she thinks she has pegged down, but guess what? She's wrong. Of course she'll get flustered. You know, she'll run away. She's just freaked out. It's not what she expected. Because, you know, the good thing about Jason Bateman is, she explained this earlier, you always get the honest response from him. And she got a response from him. And she's like, well, that's the honest response. Okay, I'm done.
Thanks for answering my question.
Yeah, shit problem.
It wasn't a problem. I said that. I
she rephrased it. I put that problem back in the problem bag.
Yeah.
He is Patrick Wilson. He really is a chameleon of an actor. Like, again, like, we've had him on the show for the A-Team.
Right, I'm going to tell him you said that.
I will tell him in my own way as well. I'll send him a dead chameleon in the mail.
He'll barge into your...
written in chameleon blood, this be you.
He'll barge into your room, right? He's really angry. And then you turn around and scared. And he looks on your computer and you see, like, you're on ilovechameleons.com. It's like, it was a compliment.
Hey, what happens to chameleons when you put them on a mirror?
They look like the mirror, Ryan. Duh.
Yeah.
They are the mirror. So, wait. In this scene, she's like, let's take the kid to the rock climbing so he gets out there and does more physical things.
No, Patrick Wilson said, I want to do this for him to make him more manly. And she said, yeah, that's a good idea.
But then as soon as he goes up the wall, she's like, what are you doing?
No, he went really high by himself.
He didn't go high. For a
small...
rope was like,
for a 5-year-old child, that's pretty high.
I just don't think he climbed.
I'm 6.
I feel like someone else climbed.
Amanda, he's 6 actually, you're right. He's 6 years old. He's literally just turned 6. So,
didn't he say that he's 6?
Already? By now? No,
it's 5.5. He's turning 6.
This is his birthday party, so now he's 6 years old.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, but technically he's also been 5 in this movie.
Yeah, I know, but I was just quoting him.
Yeah, I know you're
Like,
I said, I'm 6.
he got up there very fast for a kid who A, didn't want to climb, and B, doesn't know how to climb.
No, you can figure out how to climb. Amanda, I know that your childhood was decades ago. Isn't that
Decades.
fun to say literally decades?
Yeah.
More than 2 decades ago? 3
God, all we
decades
had
ago.
was like a hoop and a stick.
Back in my day, the Amanda years, all we had was Mario 1 to 3, and I was happy with that.
To be fair, it was only
When
a
we
decade
were
and a
allowed
half.
to.
Huh? What
Decade
about-
and a half.
Oh, yeah, right. For just Mario 1
No,
to
I'm
3?
talking. If you're 32, you're child.
Yeah.
You're basically kid. Oh no, I was thinking teenagers.
You're wrong.
Keep
Were
going.
you talking about child?
Yeah,
weren't you?
decade.
Child.
My mistake.
I didn't want to be on the I hate you, Patrick Wilson, but Patrick Wilson's the nicest guy in the universe, and
He's super lovely.
I say he's a
But
chameleon.
he's too nice.
Nah, he's the right level of nice. Ew, I thought he was gonna grab his dick.
You're sick.
Grabbing his belt.
Fully
Ryan.
sick. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say Patrick Wilson's been on the show 2 times. This is third
He's been
time.
a really good guest.
He's my favorite guest. He's been in the A-Team as the villain,
Yep.
and he was in Lakeview Terrace as the hero. And in this film, he's playing the hero again.
And he was in the X.
Was Patrick Wilson in the X?
Oh, Patrick Wilson.
Did you listen? I like Amanda's sitting there
I
going.
swear you said Jason Bateman.
No, I said Patrick Wilson.
Okay.
The audience knows what I said.
No, Ryan, he's 6.
I imagine that Amanda's just sitting there going, you know what, I remember Jason Bateman in the A-Team.
I'm not thinking that.
Amanda is saying to herself, man, I thought about that racial thriller with Patrick Wilson and Jason Bateman, Lakeview Terrace, where
There are
Jason Bateman plays the black racist neighbor. I remember that film so well.
So well, I've never seen it.
This is a set from Lakeview Terrace where they dish it out at the end. Bartek.
This is
Patrick-
the wrong coast, though.
You-
Because Lakeview Terrace was on the west coast.
It was
this
in
is
the. It was a
East
Lakeview. It was a Lakeview.
coast. The lake called the ocean.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, what were you asking me?
Patrick Wilson's been on this show before. We've only really talked about him when he was in Lakeview Terrace because he was the main character in that. But he's kind of been a very important actor that's recurred throughout our films as just this sleeper cell actor. What do you think of him as an actor, and do you know much of his work at all?
Well, when I looked it up, this Patrick Wilson, up.
Oh, I haven't seen his dick, so he may be in it.
Is
Maybe.
it circumcised?
Questions.
Is it circumcised? Is that also...
He is, but his Muppet version isn't. Anyway,
According to Muppet Central, the
Yeah.
greatest source of Muppet information.
with
Sorry, get on with that.
yeah. So the 3 films that we've done on the show now, and I know that I've also seen The Conjuring.
Ah.
You are right in saying that, yeah, he is a very chameleon of an actor. But also, even though I don't really, remember him that much, when I do recall what he's been in, he's done a good job.
He's always been really good. Like, I haven't seen the Conjuring movies, but he looks very different because of the 60s, 70s aesthetic that they got going on. But, like, in this film, he's a beefcake. He looks like, he could punch the fuck out of you. But in a film like The A-Team, he looks like a really thin Weasley guy. And those films, they were like, what? These films a year apart, maybe? Oh, no, a couple years apart?
A-Team? I remember I was
A-Team.
definitely in...
A-Team, I want to say, I
know
can't remember,
what?
2009.
I would definitely give it 1 or 2 years.
1 or 2 years apart. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying that Patrick Wilson's the modern day Christian Bale.
Maybe
Because
2008.
Christian Bale
yeah.
still exists. But he's the modern day
Oh,
Christian Bale.
yeah. Where is that guy?
Who, Christian?
Yeah.
Well,
I was watching Little Women the other day. He was in that.
Little Women.
Does
the
he
other
reside
day.
in America or England?
He resides in New Zealand just to fuck us all up.
Oh.
Is this a picture frame store? Yeah. I got a
Yeah.
very important question. Are these picture frames
These are the
hanging
colours
in
you
the
can get.
background?
Yeah. So when you want to get something framed.
Can I get the rainbow
Personally.
section?
Is it a rainbow section? Or is it like 3 different frames, one after the other?
They were the rainbow colors. So, is that the little pride section of the
Yes.
of the frame shop? Like, this shop's like, I'm standing up for gay rights in 2010.
Equality.
Or maybe they're one of those people that's like the rainbow belongs to God.
Maybe they know that
Ah, yes.
the photo frame industry is a very gay niche market, so they really
Or-
have to appeal to their audience.
Or right,
They're
third
stereotyping
option,
it.
Ryan, they're leprechauns.
Who? The gays
the
or the
Irish.
Photoshop owners?
The Photoshop owners.
Okay. Are gays
Leprechauns aren't
leprechauns?
gays, Ryan. They like gold.
Do gays not like gold?
No, they like the same sex as them.
I don't know.
Sorry,
What?
gender.
What?
You don't know what gays are, Ryan?
Gays are not gender.
You
Oh,
should read up about them, right? They can marry now in Australia.
I like how this little Asian man just accepts the fact that he wants to trade in an old picture frame for this new one. It's like, yeah, but
With
you
the way
didn't
he
buy that
worded
from
it.
here. You didn't buy that
I
from
want the
here.
new one.
It's like, this is old, this is new. And it's like,
Give me
what?
new.
I
Give
want
me-
new, you can have old.
This guy's licking his lips pretty well. The one with the one who just lifted his hand and
He's-
sighed. He was like licking his lips constantly during that
thinking
scene. He's
he
like
wants-
lick, lick, lick.
You know why he's licking his lips, Ryan?
Because he saw Amanda lick her lips
No,
just now.
No, Ryan. He heard about Jeff Goldblum's role in this film and he wishes he could have it.
No, he wishes he could have Jeff Goldblum.
Don't we all?
Well, do you think... Well, Jeff Goldblum's got to be circumcised because he's Jewish. But do you think Jeff Goldblum's really good in the sack?
I feel like he'd talk a lot and it would throw you off.
Talk a lot? Like, maybe he's the
Like, he'd be
opposite.
doing
Maybe...
his Goldbloomy, like,
yeah.
Totally.
My...
And it would just be
the
kind of a
the
little bit awkward.
the
or really great.
the orgasm finds a way.
Maybe, Ryan, maybe he's listening to this right now. He's like, what are you talking about?
What's that
Just a
rule
guy.
of the internet where if it
Rule
exists?
34?
Yeah, Rule 34. If it
If you
exists,
can
there's
think
a
of
porn.
it, if you can think of it, it exists as porn. Or something
Yeah,
like that.
Jeff Goldblum. There must be a Jeff Goldblum parody
totally.
porn where
would be.
Jurassic. What would Jurassic Park's porn title be?
Jurassic fuck.
No, it doesn't work as well.
Your ass.
It could.
Yeah, no, it'd be
It'd be an
your
ass park.
Yeah.
your Asic Park.
Your
or something.
ass park or something.
Yeah, your Asic Park on
Amanda's
my
looked up
dick.
stuff before. She
I feel like you could.
Amanda, look up porn,
Park
please.
something at your ass.
Look up the Jurassic Park porn and see that Sam Neill's in them as himself.
Look, go to
Got not
Sam
much else
Neill's-
going on.
Look,
Alright.
go to Google, type in this exactly. Type in Jeff Goldblum Rule 34, please.
Please. So, Bartek,
Yes?
you have...
Rule 34?
No, you might.
If this show becomes popular enough, Ryan, you and I will be shipped together.
Popular enough?
Was it?
Popular enough.
Rule 34, Amanda. Jeez, can you not speak Inglese? You
Me not.
Well, she pronounced it.
know what I love? They had to
so-
get lice medicine from the chemist. Now, I remember having lice as a kid. You can just get that from like...
Lucky.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had lice as a kid. It was.
I don't
You didn't
remember
have to go
much,
to
so-
chemist
Oh, wow.
to... Oh my god, porn.
He's getting.
I see
behind
more
it by a
ads
dinosaur.
for penises than I do for the actual Jeff Goldblum
There you
art.
go. Rule
What I was
34.
going to say is, they had to get lice medicine from the chemists or the pharmacist or whatever. Well, here in Australia at least, you can just get lice stuff at Woolworths.
I need to put that down.
You don't need to go to the chemist to get lice stuff. You can...
2003.
No, just in life.
Well, this is 2010 at this point.
Yeah,
Ah, this is
Amanda.
true.
He had to go get lice medicine. Not even like tonic medicine.
My
You know what,
dad told me when I had lice, and I don't know why he did it. And I've asked
He
him.
said, "You're fucking gross. Get
no,
away from me."
I've actually asked him, and he's like, I don't know why I said that, but he was like, this kid went. He's like, well, once there was a little girl, and she went to bed with lice, and she woke up and half her head was eaten. Good night. And, like, left the room, and I was like, ah.
That would teach you to have lice.
Maybe he was trying to get me
Is
to
that
like
why
put
you have
the lotion
short
in
hair?
my hair, and I didn't want to do it, so he was
Amanda
like,
has short hair. Is that why you have short hair now? Because you're afraid of lice?
Because
Because fun fact,
sure.
still gets in there.
Yeah, but it's easy to get out when your hair's short. not
Yeah, I
like
know.
down
I was
to
a
your
kid with
ass.
long, thick, curly
Mine was,
hair.
like,
How do you
down
think?
here.
Yeah, I had long,
hurts.
thick, curly hair. How do you think it was for me?
And there were 4 of us at the same time.
four
Yeah.
Santucciones.
Yeah.
Now, fun fact, that's not what lice look like.
Yeah, I thought they'd be more
Or lice,
microscopic.
like lice eggs.
Louse.
Not micros.
That's a singular. A louse. Yeah.
No, they're multiple eggs from multiple lice.
Oh, that was an egg.
Yeah, that was an egg.
I thought that was the. I thought
No.
that was the louse.
No, they like jump around. They're like little jumping bugs.
Those are fleas.
No, they're not microscopic. You can see them. Fun fact.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Fun
You
fact.
guys know a lot about lice.
Because I've had them.
You had to sit there and get the
Fun
comb.
fact, you can put a louse on your thumbnail, right? You put it on your thumb, literal nail
You
on your
did this,
thumb.
didn't you?
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? And then you get your other
Oh,
thumbnail.
cut it in half.
and you roll your thumbnails together and squish it, and it makes the loudest crack sound ever.
Really?
For a little creature, it makes a nice crack sound. Not a squish, a crack.
I did that with Fleas with my old dog.
Are you sure it wasn't swearing in Lice language?
In Laos?
In Laos.
You literally had the opportunity to say, was it screaming in Laos? And you went with Lice language.
Yeah, because Lice language sounds more racist.
But Laos is an actual language.
What? Is it?
Yes. Isn't it?
Like human
People
language?
from Laos.
Where's Laos?
Laotian.
Where's Laotian?
Laotia.
Where's Laotia?
Have you ever watched King of the Hill?
Yeah, well...
You know how his next door neighbor
I'm
Khan
totally
is not Korean, he is Laotian?
No, I didn't watch that much King of the Hill.
He's a main character in King of the Hill. Either way, Laos is the way you speak in when you're Laotian.
Oh, is it like Laos?
I am not Laos.
Is that a yes or a no?
Laos. You had the opportunity to reference Laotians and you missed it. And we have had listeners that are Laotian, by the way.
I thought you said like ocean.
Lao.
It's one word. Like
Lao
Laotian,
is the official
right?
language of Laos.
Okay.
It's spoken by 3 of the countries.
And you can speak Lao, and then you could have been like Laos. And then...
Like, where's Laotian?
Either way, this was spit, polish, and lice jokes that didn't go anywhere. Hey, look, it's my granddad.
So what was the thing behind
Lesbians are from Lesbos.
the pictures again?
Did you not watch the film?
Yeah, I did watch the film.
How about you tell us, and we'll tell you if you're right.
Take a guess.
Oh, there was a lot of people in my lounge room, and it was hard.
Okay, so no, there were not a lot of people in our lounge rooms when we watched this, so pretty
I
close.
watched it in my bedroom.
So pretty much, I think it's because he doesn't have like a dad, and he doesn't know that side of the family, and so he
Yes.
likes these frames because he can pretend that, like, you know, that's his uncle and his grandpa.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
That's it.
Wow, people really didn't distract you that
Well,
much.
I just feel like, you know, it was a good question. Maybe the audience wanted to know.
You can put it together. What else
Guys,
could
1
be?
+ 1 = guy. So, yeah.
Oh, guy.
Get it? He's wearing his astronaut costume again. Oh, look, Jason gets really teary-eyed in this scene. I don't know how you feel about teary-eyed Bateman, but do you like it?
He looks like a really young version of Charlie Sheen.
No.
Slightly. I kind of see what you're saying.
I don't. And I don't want to.
Are they astronauts?
Well, you're not winning.
Or
No,
are they
they're
Stegosaurus?
spaceships.
Isn't it Saturns or Uranus or something?
Oh, I actually don't know what they are.
planets.
They're blues.
That's a butt. That's a kid butt.
Yeah, that was a funny shot.
It was a great shot because Jason Bateman looked directly at the butt.
Well,
and he was like,
and
what's
also-
happening here?
And also, bum is funny.
Well, you know.
It's
Wouldn't
a
it be
universal
really
thing.
awkward?
Kind of looks a bit like Jason Bateman, that guy in the picture frame.
Well, that's why he grabbed it and gave it to him and went, get it? That's me and you, buddy, because I've kind of figured out you're my dad, but I don't understand the concept still, so maybe you're not my dad. Either way, please bang my mum.
She needs a baggie.
Hey, this is a universe that makes us believe that Jennifer Aniston hasn't gone without Annie for over 7 years.
Shit.
How do you feel about
Lies.
that? Hey, it's okay. Cruel Intention makes you believe that Reese Witherspoon was a virgin, so, I mean, cinema's got magic tricks up its sleeve.
So now he's got the lice?
Well, yeah, he said, I'm feeling itchy. Did you know what this? He literally says, felt like a little bit of an itch on. She goes, you don't have lice. And he goes, I literally could have
Well,
lice.
this scene is also in the trivia on IMDb.
Oh,
It's
the famous...
It's a reference to that movie,
What movie?
KVK.
KVK? I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh, Kramer versus Kramer, the epic Seinfeld episode in which Kramer has to verse himself, the Mirrorverse version of himself, and Dustin Hoffman's there.
Yeah.
As the mirror version of Kramer.
Yeah, why do you keep describing it? We already said yeah.
We all know the Kramer versus Kramer.
Is that that's a comedy thing?
Is that
Explain.
are they spaceships?
I think so.
I thought it was a planet with rings.
I think they're UFOs, and
they're
some of
spaceships.
them are flipped.
Well, they're not UFOs if you call them spaceships.
Oh, UFOs are
'Cause they're
unidentified
unidentified.
flying objects, but spaceships, I don't know who made the spaceships. I don't know whose their allegiances is.
So if I made...
It's like saying, oh, see that UFO there? No, Jerry, that's a fucking plane, you prick. And then throws it in the bin. And then that plane was a spy plane for the Russians. And then they get nuked because Jerry was a fucking idiot.
Why did the Russians want to spy on Jerry?
No, Jerry spied on them, spying, because he's the guy who
So
works...
Jerry was spying on the Russians, spying on who?
Jerry was spying on the skies, watching
So
out
the
for
Russians weren't spying
UFOs.
Right.
He came up with a UFO that his boss, also named Jerry, was like, Jerry, you fucking idiot.
And where did the
Are you
Russians-
talking to me? No, I'm talking to myself.
And where did the Russians come in?
Well, it was Cold War era, because that's when UFOs were most prevalent.
Also, the Jerrys were Russian.
No, the Jerrys were Americans.
Uh-huh.
They were talking about, like, it was a Russian, and then it's like, it doesn't matter, it's just a plane, and then it was the Russians, actually. They got the information, and then nuked that area, and they all died.
Okay, and who spoke Russian?
The Russian pilot driving the Russian plane.
Okay, were they in Alaska? Because Alaska's pretty close to Russia.
Well, you could see from my window. That was a reference there
What was the
from
reference to?
former Vice President nominee Sarah Palin.
Oh, did
Everyone's
you win?
favorite Tina Fey character, Sarah Palin.
So good.
No, Bartek. She didn't win.
Did you vote for her?
I couldn't vote because I was too young and also not in that country.
Okay. Are you Russian?
Ukrainian?
It almost sounded like you were saying you could say that. Ukrainian?
Well, you know, there's those pricks out there. There are pricks out there that are like, Ukraine is just a part of Russia because you know who says that? Russians.
No, I think it used to be part of Poland.
Poland used to be a part of Russia too,
The
so
whole part of the world confuses me.
Yeah.
Well, it's called Europe, you see.
It's very confusing.
Well, you see, it's called your rope. See,
have you seen Borat? Then you know
Yeah.
what it's like.
Well, Borat was very different. That was covering
But he's-
Kazakhstan.
But Ryan, his first words were Yak Shemash, and that's Polish. And when he's entering the Jewish people's house, he's talking to Azamat in Polish.
Oh, does that mean Sacha Baron Cohen knows Polish?
He spoke a bunch of different languages in that film.
How many languages does he know, and why does he know them?
Well, it might not be that he knows the languages, but he just said words.
Nah, he's a smart guy. He knows them. I mean, he's dating Isla Fisher. He's a pretty smart guy. I wish I was married to Isla Fisher.
But-
I mean, don't we all?
Yeah.
I mean,
Now,
Ryan, should we ask that to your
time
girlfriend?
lapse here.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Time lapse here, it says 7 years later, it's up to where we are now, and then he looks over and it's just us recording the podcast, and we're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, dude. I thought the movie ended, and he was like, and it just began.
He looks at the camera, gives a thumbs up. I like the guy comment.
Guys.
Also, Pinguini, genius.
That was a great Amanda comment from the beginning.
And then he compliments something you said, which, you know, it's probably not as good as Pinguini, but...
Nothing's as good as Pinguini.
Pinguini.
He actually references the fact that I brought in the fact that your mum came in to watch it, and then your brother, and
That, or he's like, you know a lot about lice.
Yeah, there you go.
I only
Oh,
know
no.
because I'm an actor. I'm only pretending. How funny is
Sebastian got beat up.
Oh,
You know why?
Sebastian. That bully's a piece of crap.
No,
And he acted
Amanda. The
crazy.
bully actually has a sad story of his own.
Oh, they always do.
He used to know a guy called Sebastian who was a little prick who
No.
needed a good pushing in the sand.
No excuses.
And then that was... I love Amanda genuinely reacting to that. Like, no, don't say that. That's mean.
No, you can't.
No,
Man,
so
how
there's
dare
still...
you? Ryan's trying to victim blame.
But
You're
how
trying to
would you
silence
feel if
him.
that little bully...
It's true.
How would you feel if that little bully grew up to be Martin Luther King Jr.? How would you feel then?
Oh, I feel like he changed. Good for him.
Exactly. How about if it was Einstein and he had no pants on?
Did Martin Luther King have pants?
Look, if
Well,
you're
of course.
splitting out into,
Of course he
like,
did.
two, like,
That's
you're allowed to.
confirmed. He just was missing a piece of his head
It's just
from
that
the bullet.
in the footage of the
Ooh.
speech.
Too soon?
Ah!
Too soon?
Oh dear.
Can't be too soon.
50 years too
Me.
soon?
The world was in black and white when that happened, Ryan. It's not too soon.
He had a dream.
It was colour, god damn it.
He was a man of color, so you were right about
No, the
that.
TV.
Did you know that apparently when colour TVs became a thing, that's when dreams stopped being in black and white?
Stopped technically, I guess. I mean, before TV, people dreamed in color.
Well, no, that's actually not a thing. Apparently, people dreamed in black and white, but for some reason, when colour TV became a thing, that's when people... I know what you're saying, but apparently there's
Where,
been scientific
where does
studies
this
about
come
this.
from? I've never heard of this.
Apparently, this was true.
Oh, I like this.
It's a common theory that back in the day when... I know what
This
Bartek's
is
trying
right
to
up there
say.
with Einstein's pants, by the way. It's one
Of
the
course
best,
it's
yeah.
right up there with Einstein's
It's right
pants
up
because
there.
it doesn't exist.
No, there was scientific
So-
studies. Like, unrelated to TV,
Science-
dreams were in black and white, but then when colour TV became a thing for some
Yeah,
reason,
because
they
Look
started-
film
back.
existed.
No,
right?
but even before film and TV.
That was
Okay.
the saddest look back in the world.
I know, because he's hearing this bullshit conversation about how he used to
Like, guys,
scientifically
please.
dream in black and white
No,
back in the Middle Ages? Is that what that's saying?
Apparently before colour TVs, before any sort of TVs,
Why?
I don't know why, but scientific studies said that this is
So
a thing.
if you're saying this to me, right?
Yeah.
If I raised a kid right now
Yes.
and secluded them from all of the world, like put them in a little bunker,
I see where you're going with this, and that's a good point.
You creep.
would they dream? Yeah, fuck you. Would they dream in black and white? If Amanda and I had a kid, we put it in a bunker because you need my
Well,
sperm.
had the immaculate. Yes.
You need my sperm.
Okay.
You need it hungry. You're hungry for sperm. You're Juliette Lewis. You're hungry. You're hungry for a career, and you
I
need
wonder if-
sperm to do it.
I
Like
wonder if
Juliette
they have done
Lewis.
experiments on this. That's a good point.
If I did that,
No, they
so if
probably
you're
haven't,
telling,
Bartek. They probably haven't put kids out in a bunker.
That's also a good point.
Yeah.
wait a moment, I like to bring up my bullshit fact for the day. Right up there with Einstein's facts,
I'm not
and
bullshitting.
neither is Amanda, according to Amanda. I don't believe either of you. My belief is they are secretly putting kids in bunkers to prove that Bartek's right about the black and white theory. Now, here's the one flaw in that. The
One.
kids will say yes because they just want to leave.
But they don't know.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
"Are you dreaming in black and white?" Yes, yes I am. Can I leave now?
What if they have no concept of leaving or staying?
No, they have a basic concept because they got them in chains.
Oh, you didn't say that earlier.
Well, now
that changes
I've-
everything.
I've upgraded it.
Of course they'd be dreaming in black and white if they were in chains, right? Idiot. So stupid.
Your wowzers. Poor Patrick Wilson. He's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like she's a bit of a dick as well, though.
Well, yeah, Jennifer Aniston's always a dick.
Because at the very start, she's like, "Can you hold this? Can you do that? Can you look after my kid for one weekend?"
I will.
Like,
I will say.
Can you fuck me in the pussy real hard now?
no, I don't even want you to do that. I just want sperm.
I will say this
Not
about
even
Patrick
yours.
Wilson. They have established this whole thing of like he's broken up with a woman. He's clearly like not dealing with it.
Only a few
ideally.
months ago.
Only a few months prior. So that does give up this or offer this narrative possibility that maybe something bad is going to happen, and we as an audience are like, well, they've like foreshadowed it, so we're going to wait for something to happen. But then nothing does come of it.
Yeah. I think...
In fact, this is his last scene, isn't it?
Yeah, we never see him again.
Yeah.
One of my things was I liked about the Patrick Wilson character was...
You heart him.
No. Listen, I like how they constructed him because he had a wife. He seemed all good. He's getting with Jennifer Aniston, but slowly but surely he's being a gentleman about it. But you have to bring up, is it genuine? Or is this a rebound effect?
Rebound. I reckon he was still totally into
But
his
he,
life,
but
his
I
life.
don't know because the film kind of plays it because their romance is not the thrust of the film. So, but it feels like he the actor, is playing it genuine enough for it to feel like he genuinely loves it. But the story is kind of giving him that feel like he's kind of psychologically not ready yet. Blah blah blah.
And also, he kind of does the thing of like showing off to Wally.
Yeah,
Sort of because like, I've got this house, it's generations, this car, or stuff. Like that.
Yeah, I guess, I didn't think of it in that way too much. But also, how much time has passed since they got to 2010? I'm going to guess a max of 3, maybe 4 months because he's already proposing to her. And there did come a time where
we did see their first meeting in 7 years.
But like, why is he proposing to her? Why?
Because he
Rush?
loves her. Amanda, I get it. No one's proposing to you right now. And you're pretty much saying...
I'm okay with that though.
Guys, why do you need to propose so fast? Hold on a sec. I'm only 104 years old. I've still got plenty of time.
How much time passed in this episode?
Literally, you could do the maths on this if you really wanted. She was 32 when we began. She's 104 now.
So that begs the question, what's the runtime of this movie?
A very long time.
Wow.
Well, we've watched it, this is our second viewing for all of us. Well, Amanda,
Ooh,
15.
Slap.
Have you ever slapped a man?
Yes.
In a relationship or just in life?
Or did a man come to you and say, here's money, please slap me?
Interesting question.
Tell us your slap stories.
I did slap someone who was slightly in a relationship. with.
Oh, did they deserve it?
Fucking yes, they did. But I don't condone violence, even if it's a woman against a man. So I was not happy that.
Not happy,
fair.
Jan?
No, because I don't think it's fair that women can slap men and it's okay.
No.
But if you scare me accidentally, oh no, I'll say that again. If you scare me, like give me a fright, my fight-flight response is I will slap or punch you.
Even if it's accidental?
And like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Amanda will just be walking around the corner. You'll be walking around, and she'll kick you in the nuts.
Yeah, like if you're standing there and then all of a sudden you just go, oh, my thing is I'm a slap, and
she's a slapper.
What if I am coming up to you like to pay you to slap me, and then you're doing like, wow, you really quick.
What happens if I'm coming up to you and I'm holding 2 jars of sperm? What if
to ask your opinion on it or what?
one of them's Bartek's and one of them's mine?
Let's just mix them together
and
see what
you
happens.
smack my hands and they smush together, like the jars smash together. And then you're like, oh no, I have to mop this up right now if I want to get pregnant.
Oh, that's the
Whose
grossest
baby would
image
you...
ever. It's just me wringing out a mop into it.
my fun image was you just squatting.
Just like
and squatting and thrusting on the ground.
Right.
And then I come in and I'm like, Ryan, what'd you do with my sperm?
Amanda fucking slapped it out of her head because she's got this stupid fight response, and she's just like, guys, please, I'm trying to mop up the sperm here. Who's it? What my real question is, because that was a question.
Why did Ryan steal my sperm?
No, the real question is, whose sperm was better?
Well,
who'd win in a fight?
You'll never know.
Whose sperm was better? No, just who had better sperm.
In what fields?
In any.
Like athletic?
Flavor,
Poetry?
texture, taste.
Video games? Like
taste.
Well, sperm does have both.
It does. No.
Bartek, I'm going to ask an intimate question now, because I asked Amanda an intimate question about slapping a man. Have you ever tasted semen? Even your own?
No.
Have you ever been curious? Because I haven't.
But
I've been curious, because I'm like, well, this is a thing that's from me, yeah?
Technically, you probably have, but it's been a bit diluted.
My own?
Yeah, like if someone's gone down on you and then you've come in their mouth and then they've kissed you.
Well, yeah, I guess.
So it's like technically yes, but it's been very.
Yeah, okay, man.
Well, I think there's one.
Amanda's said it.
A technicality.
Legally, that's what we call a technicality.
How did we get here?
Well,
Ryan, I think
semen was brought up in this film, so I brought it up.
Well, I mean, it's on the poster apparently, so.
A jar of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Not someone just come on the poster and went, here you go, there's a fucking poster.
A thing to consider in answering your question, Ryan, is that there are people in this world who have tasted semen and have even talked about it.
Yeah.
So I suppose, based on that fact alone, it's like, oh god, I have semen.
Yeah.
So you might even make this concept like, would people like want to eat this? Like, how does it taste?
Eat it.
There's a cookbook on it.
Yeah, and like people try to make food out of it.
Well, yeah, and it's also with semen. It's like what you
eat.
You eat. Also, what you as the person making semen, of course, eat really makes the flavor of the sperm. Like you can have really bad tasting sperm if you're eating absolute garbage.
No one is taking the time in that moment to go. This kind of tastes.
Let's change the question. Ryan, have you ever looked at poo and said, "Oh, that must taste bad. How bad does it go?"
Well, I know that I've tasted poop before because I was a child.
You ate your own shit.
Oh wow!
When I was like a 2-year-old child.
That's weird.
Not eat it.
You ate it. You ate your own.
Plus,
shit.
also, have you not had that experience where like maybe you've wiped and you accidentally got like some fragrance of it on your finger and then you smell it and that gives you the taste anyway? Like, has that not happened to people before?
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
But it's still not like tongue on it.
Tongue in it? I don't know, as a small child.
Well,
Would you rather
like taste organ.
lick shit off your own finger or drink a shot of your own semen?
Poop.
I feel like the semen would have less bacteria.
Poop. I know where that's already Flavor Town like.
Oh really? Oh,
but
semen's warm.
Ryan.
It is warm.
Hey Ryan, you know how they call poop waste? Because it's the part your body doesn't want to
But it has
use.
nutrients in there.
It has bacteria too.
Like in urine. Urine's good for you, apparently.
Amanda's a big urine expert.
Are you going the third option? Would you rather have poop or semen? Oh, urine.
Amanda's a typical person where it's like, okay guys, would you have poop or semen? And then we say poop, you say semen, and she goes, haha, idiot, it was pee all along. And then we're like, okay Amanda, if you had to drink if you had to do poo, pee, or semen, which would you do? And she goes, haha, idiots! I'm gonna do snot, you fuckers! And then just walks away.
It's like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The answer was
I've already
E.
done semen, so it's not like a big deal.
What was that?
Technically.
Technically, like,
Yeah.
I accidentally fell.
with the glass a bit.
I accidentally fell over and
Like
some
a
of it
knife?
got in my mouth.
A knife?
Whoopsie. How was that experience? What was your first experience tasting semen? Is this a good answer for a good question for a podcast? Was it fun? Because I remember fun adult related podcast for the Switch. I remember when I first saw my own and I was like, I don't like this at all.
Really? That was what went through your head.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was like,
Really?
this is gross, but I'm that guy. I think most guys, let's be honest, I don't know about you, Bartek, but let's be honest, I think most guys think that the male genitals is gross looking in itself. Or at least I do. I just look at it and I go, this looks gross.
There's a beautiful quote by Elaine.
Come forward, Amanda, and tell us your beautiful quote from yourself written by you.
No, this is from Seinfeld. It's Elaine, and she's like, "Oh, the female body is it's a thing of art. It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
The male body's utilitarian. It's
Yeah.
getting around on."
Yeah, I think it's gross.
Yeah.
Bartek, the
I didn't
penis,
say that. I think men
the
are
genitals.
hot,
Do you just ever look at yours and just go, yay, this is something that I like? Or do you just go, like, not in a gay way, but I mean, like, this is aesthetically pleasing. I'm glad that this is what I've got. Or is it, like, I just look at it sometimes and I just go, it's gross. Looks like David Koch from Sunrise.
Take that, I guess. When I was younger, probably, but these days I'm like, oh, whatever, penis is penis.
Yeah, you have to get used to it, right? It's like, oh, if I'm missing an arm, I'll be like, well, I gotta get used to not having that arm. I gotta just get used to a penis being there. But, yeah, Amanda, you didn't answer.
What?
Semen, first
The first
time
time
taste,
I
was it
tasted
fun?
Fucking, this is a long time ago.
And did you expect it? Because when I've heard this from people before, they're like, it just happened, I didn't expect it.
Yeah, no, girls can.
Is there something you can compare the taste to?
Death.
Because I've heard the smell can be compared to a type of squid or something.
Yum.
Oh, I forgot that I go around sniffing squid.
Yeah, me neither. Well, we don't like
But
seafood,
she's
so...
sniffing. But she's sniffing.
No,
She's sniffing semen now.
I
I like that said she got, I'm not sniffing squid, but semen. Yes. No, go on, Amanda.
No, I think I was just probably just a lot of fucking things went through my head the first time.
Semen.
It's sort of warm and it's like, yeah, it's
Good
body
warm.
temperature, yeah.
well, this is the thing. I was saying this to a friend the other day. I was like, you know, when you've been drinking, so you've been drinking a lot. So
Yeah.
you've been drinking lots of cold drinks. And it's almost like sitting down and that's why it's like, so, you know, when guys are like, can you please do this at the end? And it's like, oh, it's just going to sit on top of all the cold beer. It's going to be gross. I don't think anyone really wants
That's an image I wanted to feel.
Yeah.
You asked a question, right?
You asked the question, I'm giving you an honest
No,
answer.
I
So
said-
that's what I was discussing.
Oh,
with
sorry,
my
no,
friends the
I
other
see
day.
what you're saying.
Can I link this to your siblings? Here, have this amazing podcast with your sister Amanda. You were talking about semen.
When I was doing my show, because a lot of it's autobiographical, my little sister was like, are you going to talk about sex? Because I don't want to come and see that if you're talking about you having sex. And I was like, no.
Can you do a show where you talk about you having sex and it would be called the Amanda Bangerchoni Show?
Oh my god! Bangerchoni!
You know, I was just... before you said that, Ryan, I was just thinking, like, this is a very mature episode. Like, we're talking about these things seriously, and you're like, oh, Bangerchoni. Maybe I won't say that.
Amanda Vagachoni. So the film ended. What did you guys think of it?
Well, it's such a... What an ending, though.
Can we go back to semen again?
But, like, what an ending. Like, Etsy's, 8th birthday. They're sitting around having cake. It's a happy family. Jeff is on the keys.
Jeff's
actually.
piss poorly playing the keyboard.
He's on the keys.
You're a music person. Was he playing them any good? Because I just thought he was terrible.
I never took notice of it, to be honest.
You play the piano accordion. Come on.
Yeah, but I didn't...
He's playing the piano. Hey, is there another type of accordion?
There's a button accordion.
Okay, and that's it? There's only button and piano?
Like,
it's not like there's harpsichord accordion.
there's like a toy accordion, and there's like
I know there's a toy accordion.
which is an instrument.
Is it? Great.
Yeah, you can play the toy accordion. Are you talking about like the harpsichord, which is sort of like
The harpsichord, that
not the harpsichord, sorry, the one I'm talking about.
squeeze box.
There's one where it's like you have to you squeeze bellows, but you play it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, because whenever you hear accordion, it's always like piano accordion. I'm like, well, are there other accordions? What about, is there the accordions, do they apply? Because I know there's the key, like the keys where you have to blow into the tube to play it. Like, I know there's the keyboards that have that. Is there piano accordions of that?
No, because you're using the bellows to squish the air, so you don't know.
I don't believe you.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you keep going on about these accordion things? We're here to talk about unappreciated masterpieces.
Well, they're an unappreciated instrument. Only Weird Al is the person that you know by name who plays the piano accordion, so, you know.
That's a good point.
He's a polka man.
He's a polka bear.
But, polka. Get it.
It's a Polish
That's
word
a
for
Polish
woman.
Yeah, Weird Al plays
know
Polish
my name.
women.
Polak and polka.
This podcast went to places, didn't it?
This podcast was brought to you by Amanda's Taste of Semen. She loved it.
You asked me the question.
I know.
I never said I loved it. That's not
Okay,
what I
did you?
said.
Okay, answer that. That was actually the thrust. Was it any good?
No, but this is the thing though. It's just like
first
I'm
time?
guessing it's the same for boys, the other way around. It's like the first time you ever tasted a vagina, where you're like, "That's the best tasting thing in the world." Or
I
over
liked
time, are you just sort of like, "This all of the hormones and pheromones are amazing."
To be honest, when I first tasted a vagina, it was exactly what I expected.
Really? You're like, "This is what I was expecting."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think, I don't know, at least in the culture I grew up with, guys just talking sex stuff, you kind of just get an idea of what things gonna be like, and that was one of the few where I was like, yeah, no, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
So
That's
no
exactly...
gripes?
Huh?
No gripes?
No gripes. Third gripe of the film.
You like that segue I said?
Good segue.
Good segue. My third and final gripe with this film is the fact that it just has Jennifer Aniston forgives him in one sad montage.
It's pretty quick.
And then the film skips ahead again and they're married and happy. But my gripe is, I personally believe in the shot where they're showing all the photos of their wedding and happiness and all that. Yeah. I believe Patrick Wilson would have been his best man in his photo, but instead they just have some random guy that you've never met before. Not even Jeff Goldblum was the best man. It was just some dude. And I genuinely believe that they could have had him in the bridal party at least, or something, like in the groom's party or whatever. They should have had Patrick Wilson in one of the photos to be like, hey, this guy still cares. I think that would have been nice. That's my third gripe. It's just a gripe.
See,
do it.
You confused me when you said he should have been the best man.
He should have been the best
But then
man.
when you said at least be there, I'm like, yeah, I can accept that.
No, I reckon in this universe he would have been like, dude, let me be the best man, because he's such a nice
you
guy.
You even mentioned Jeff Goldblum. I think he'd be more likely to be the best man.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's there.
Oh,
My highlight for this film, before we get into our reviews, I reckon it would be good if we all said our highlight. My favourite moment in the film was Jeff Goldblum getting grilled about not telling him about how he switched it, and he was like, I didn't know. I literally had no point of reference. Who's Viking guy? I don't know who Roland.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that
David
perfectly sums it up.
Train
Like, I don't know what this means, and he's still like pissed off at Jeff Goldblum, and he's like, I did tell you. I just didn't understand what it meant.
Yeah.
That was 7 years ago. I don't remember, nor do I care.
Or was it like a Viking makes a trade with Diane Sawyer?
And he's like, what am I supposed to get from that?
What does this mean?
Clearly the Viking's Roland. Who's Roland? Bartek, highlights?
Highlight for me in this film was the fact that they didn't try to go to... Oh, well, no, I'm reviewing the film. That's not a highlight. Highlight from the film.
Yeah, a personal
Let's
fave.
see. Meditating.
That was my favourite bit too. Amanda? Yeah, my favourite bit too. Ryan? Oh, that was
You can't
Amanda's.
copy us, Ryan.
No, that's what I just said. That was Amanda's, so I can't take that.
What did I like? I did like the part where he was playing with the sperm under the tap. Like, he's like, I'm
You
God.
loved-
I'm God. And I have the control.
He did have control. Bartek, back to you.
Well, since Amanda's favourite is from early on, yours is the middle, maybe I should pick something from late in.
The credits.
Because there was a guy in the credits whose nickname was Big Kahuana.
What's that?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not Big Kahuna, Big Kahuana.
Well, it's different.
Capuana.
So that's Bartek's favourite.
Big Kahuana.
Now, if I had to give this film a review, which I do, I'd say check this out. As much as we talked about semen, the film also talks about semen. So, tick in that box.
Semen.
Amanda's new ringtone. We all love the semen.
I said all of the semen.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, you know what I did like?
Listening people, you're going to hear it play back and I'm right.
I love
I have a highlight.
Oh, go on.
It's not necessarily the funniest moment, but the second meeting that Jason Bateman and the kid had, where they were like going to the park and the aquarium. I like their banter back and forth. Like, yeah, the pinguinis. Their banter back and forth. The fact that they were really getting along. The whole the line about the not mitochondria, hypochondria.
Mitochondria? What's that?
That's like a cell thing.
Oh, maybe he does have that.
Yeah, everyone I think do.
Do? Guy men.
Guy have mitochondria.
Go on.
Yeah, I like the fact that they were getting along, because in the first scene they had, it was kind of leading to like, oh, these guys are not going to get along even though they're so similar. But in the second scene it was really nice. I like the niceness of it.
And if I have to give this a rating, which I do,
Did I do your review?
Yeah, you pretty much
my
did.
highlight.
If I had to give this a rating, which I do, I'd give this a nice out of pleasant. Amanda. Amanda, it's Bartek's time. Bartek, give us a review. I was saying it because Amanda chugged down half a bottle of refreshing soda water. Enjoy a bubbly moment. Best mixed with friends. It's got 5 stars on Health Star rating.
Well, Jennifer Aniston wasn't the film, so
it is 1.25 liters. And it is recyclable. If you're not 100% happy with your purchase, we'll replace or refund. Are you 100% happy with this purchase?
I'm pretty happy with that purchase, yes.
100%?
100%.
Well, guess what? We're not going to refund you or replace it. Bartek, let's hear from you.
The Switch is a fantastic film. Now, sorry, I know a lot of you just tripped over because, like, whoa, you're really ranting right in there, Bartek, but, like, just grab a handrail.
Grab it in!
Because I'm not holding back with talking about this film.
Grab it in! Go on.
No, Ryan,
We're getting silly.
If I was being sexual, I'd say jam it in.
Ram still works.
Ram definitely works.
I would use jam.
Sounds like from personal experience from Amanda, Ram definitely works.
I was thinking of the Chili Pepper lyrics.
Which one?
Like a ram getting ready to
Bartek,
jam a lamb.
good review.
If I had to give it No, but seriously, I am going straight in there. This was a fantastic film, as can be told by my ramming. It is a comedic drama. That is what I read on Wikipedia before I watched the film. And you know, Wikipedia, it's not always right about things, but this time I can confirm to you Wikipedia was right. The edit that I read on, I don't know, the 17th of December was correct.
Good job.
Very correct. So if it's been edited since then, go to the history and you'll see what I mean for the 17th of December 2017. This is a film that doesn't go too far with either of the two genres listed there. It doesn't go too far with the comedy, still focuses on the drama, but doesn't go too far in the drama. There's still comedy all throughout it. It is a film that explores some ideas, such as nature and nurture, as Ryan was talking about.
100%.
The 100% fact that, yes, you did mention that, yes.
No, that explored it.
Too right.
Oh, it explored every single conceivable facet of nature and nurture?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, you should have said that in your review, genius.
Well, I did. Spiritually.
Yeah, spiritually, not literally.
Isn't that what matters at the end?
A lot of unappreciated masterpieces
So
that
New
we
Age.
watch focus on character relationships. I remember early on it was all about like the friends, but then some episodes, like Guess Who, we looked at relationships, and some of them we even looked at neighbours. Such as that wacky neighbour comedy, Lakeview Terrace.
Or we've even had films with antagonist-protagonist relationships like Big Fat Liar, you know, with Frankie Muniz, Paul Giamatti, their relationship and how they're friends but enemies.
Yeah. So this one we have man who has just discovered that he is the father of a seed baby.
That's correct.
And also best friends who have kind of had a thing in the past that didn't work out.
Friend-zoned.
I think, well, no, this isn't Friends, Ryan. This is the Switch. This is the Switch zoned. Actually, that's another thing. When I first heard the title The Switch, I thought it was going to be kind of like a kinky thing. Like, oh, he's a masochist and a sadist. He switches.
Okay. Well, we got to gander into Bartek's sexual psyche. Bartek, keep going.
Just ramming the truth out there, Ryan, as I
Ramming
always
it
do.
out.
No, you're jamming it if it's sexual, remember?
I mean, I couldn't go with the Nintendo thing because the Switch only got named the other year, so, you know.
Whoa!
Can't be a thing.
Hey.
It was called the NX.
Snacks. Which sounds like sex!
Super NX.
So what is your rating?
I haven't finished the review yet.
He never stops.
This is a film that explores best friends who once had a relationship and sudden fathers. And I did like the fact that it didn't go too dirty with it. Despite the fact that, yes, there was a semen thing and they did talk about the seed thing a lot.
Unlike us.
They didn't go too crazy. They didn't go dirty like Ryan talking about the Switch's masochist sadists. That was you, right? It wasn't me.
No, it was Amanda, actually. She's
Oh,
totally
right.
into BDSM. I heard this on the streets.
Okay, it was Amanda. Oh.
I'm looking at her tattoos and they just scream BDSM. I mean, one's a balloon, clearly kink, and then one's...
That's a thing.
Everything's a thing. We
No.
just looked at Rule 34.
There are people that like get off to people like rubbing themselves on balloons because it's like the fact that it can pop in
Oh, I
any
know.
time.
I know.
Someone asked me in a pub if that's what I was a part of because I had
And then they were your best relationship you ever had to get to smack him in the face.
Balloons scare the shit out of me. I don't
We heard what happens when she gets scared. She starts kicking,
I start
and if you know what happens? If you pop a balloon next to Amanda,
you'll get
she'll
punched in the
freak out and
face.
pop more balloons that are around, and then keep freaking out until she's popped all the balloons, and she walks up to the street and finds more balloons and pops them, and then we don't have any balloons.
So is entry level into this activity like the foam poppy things? The
yeah,
bubble wrap?
yeah. Those little ones. You crack
I
them, and she's like,
them.
ah! And cracks them all.
You crack-
All of them are gone. The postal industry is just decimated
They're
by the
great.
tornado Amanda.
And then you want to go to the next level, and that's the balloons.
Well, no, water
Too bad.
balloons.
Water balloons.
Water balloons.
Because they're not as loud.
Oh, wait, no.
as
It'll be balloons, condoms, water balloons, balloons.
I feel like condoms would be harder to pop. With them.
Oh, no.
Would
If you
they?
blow them up, you
Oh,
just
yeah.
pop them.
Truth.
So like I said, this film
Anyway.
didn't go
We know
too-
Amanda doesn't use.
So like I
condoms.
said, unlike this episode, the film didn't go too dirty. It was mature about its content. It was very smart about its content. Movie is smart. Movie are smart.
Guy
And
men.
Guy is men. Man is guy.
Man is guy.
Yeah.
That better be your rating.
Ryan are right. And I think that if you haven't seen this film yet, you know, you might have a happy life. You might think that you made all the right decisions, but it could still
You're wrong.
be. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Misguided.
That can be your review. This is my review. You're not wrong. You're not misguided. But it could be a little bit better by watching the Switch.
Oh, what's your rating?
Was that sarcasm, Ryan?
No, I was being sincere, but now I'm sad.
Are you sad but sincere?
No, I was being
Still?
sarcastic about being sad. But I was being sincere about being sincere.
Look, did you want my rating or not?
Yeah, baby!
C.
Ram it in me! And jam it in Amanda!
Ram it up.
See, I understood what you said, but why did you say the letter
love
C?
Semen. C. S-I.
Is
Yes.
C means yes in another
you
language.
see men like the two of us. You see us.
Ah, Amanda. It's okay. Bartek's gonna give his rating
I
and then
give
you
this-
can do all the gross humor.
I give this film a C plus men.
Ah.
Okay, high five. You did
Well
it.
done.
You
Was
did
that
it.
funny?
I liked it. I
Okay.
just thought that tied in
I
well
wasn't
with Guy
expecting
Men's.
it, but I liked
No
it.
one expects a C plus
No.
man.
C plus men.
See, I didn't find it that funny, but
It's
you liked
okay.
it. You
We
high-fived me, so
were
you said
high
good.
fiveable. Amanda,
Oh,
high
yeah,
five
look at
us in our ovaries.
So yeah, look, go watch the film. Good times. Jason, Jen, Jeff. Even if you just like cute kids and penguinies.
What was that second name you said? Jan?
Jen.
As in like Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh,
No, she meant the next
Jenny from
generation
the
of
block.
Pokemon.
I don't really know what a Pokemon is, but that's a whole nother
You
conversation.
grew up with Pokemon.
No, I was beyond that.
Pokemon was 97. dude.
Yeah, I was like
She was a Digimon
I was
kid.
no, I was like 7, so I was reading Girlfriend Magazine and like
Oh, you were My Little Pony. Spot on for that.
I was like bands and
Saddle
boys.
Club. You were
Books.
Saddle Club girl.
I liked that they're all really weird sort of characters. Like none of them are actually good. None of them are really like horrible. Even Patrick, you're like he's really nice, but it's like at some point nice just you want to bang your head against a wall because it's like be anything other than nice.
He was sexy.
Ram it. I'm gonna give it a 3/4 full turkey baster
Out
as a
of?
rating. Out of a full turkey baster, it's 3/4
Fuck, that's a
full.
lot of basting. Can I talk you up to a full basting?
Oh yeah, how you
Now, if
do it?
Bartek contributed some basting options, semen. If he offered that, there's been a lot of semen talk, but let's
So
get
much
to the
semen.
real semen talkers, the people on YouTube who
the
had some
tubers.
comments to say about this film. Which Bartek, you found these on the trailer, I imagine.
How did you know?
Well, I'm psychic.
You pronounce it psychic? It's actually psychic, Ryan.
I'm not a lesbian, so I'm not psychic.
'Cause
You're not from the island of Lesbos?
No, I am from Laotian land where I speak Laos.
Laos.
So it's an ocean where you lay down?
Yeah,
Oh,
I nailed that.
you lazy.
No, I'm not from Lazy Town. But I am number one.
What do the tubers say?
You gotta do it by the book, Ryan. Let's talk about YouTube comments.
Yay.
First, I'm gonna tell you the YouTube comments.
Thanks.
They exist. Now I'm gonna tell you what they are. They are this. The first comment is... This is the longest one, actually, so prepare yourself.
Are you prepared, Amanda?
Yes.
6 out of 10. Funny movie, but it had its moments. Could have been an 8, but the movie was very predictable, as is with most romantic comedies. Jason Bateman and Jennifer Aniston have great chemistry together. The film seemed very natural. The movie had an interesting storyline, and the kid, Thomas Robinson, is a natural actor for his age. He played a great part in the movie that gave the film a, and this is in quotes, real concept feel to it.
I love real concepts.
The film had a low, and this is also in brackets, rewatchability, and the trailer pretty much sums up the whole movie.
Don't they all?
The rest of the movie is just filler that leads up to key points that you know are going to happen. The Rotten Tomatoes ranks it a 51%, which is about right. I would remind you that he gave it a 6 out of 10 and said it could have been an 8, but okay.
I mean, yeah, six.
A good movie to watch on a Saturday night with the significant other. Not a, and this is in quotes, must-watch movie, but if you're running out of movies to watch, I'd give it a view.
If you're running out of movies to watch...
You've literally watched all the movies in the world. You've run out. You have run out of films.
But I haven't seen the Switch.
There's the Switches, right? I mean, you already
Fuck.
watched the X, so you might as well watch the Switch. Bartek?
This one has 2 responses.
Yay.
The initial comment is, "This is one great movie. That Sebastian kid is so fucking adorable."
Great.
The first response is, "Right up there with Lord of the Rings and Gone with the Wind, eh?"
In
the
adorability?
What?
In how adorable the kid is? Is that like... It's
And the-
right up there with Lord of the Rings. That
And the
was
second
adorable.
response is, "Lol, also Annie Hall, Gladiator."
Lol.
Well, are they just listing films? Is that what they're doing? Like,
Ryan,
LOL, Blade Runner.
People come from all walks of life.
All shapes of water.
These comments made sense to them. I'm simply saying what these comments are.
Okay. I'm the monster.
This next one is a
Shut up,
reference.
Amanda.
This next comment is a reference to an obscure sitcom, and it has a response. The initial comment is, "Can you imagine if Ross was in this movie? P."
I can imagine, and I would not like it.
The response is, "No,
Oh.
Just-
Was that you?
no."
Did
No.
you respond
I've
to that?
never read out one of my
Amanda,
own
we know that
comments.
you
Do
wrote
you
one of
comment
these
sometimes?
reviews. No. Amanda.
There are comments I've made like 10 years ago that I can still find.
Oh,
but I
I've had
haven't
this
commented
discussion on the
recently.
podcast before, Amanda. Now tell it again.
I said lol. To a
I
video.
once wrote a sarcastic
comment.
comment on a YouTube video
This is
called
good.
Tight Pants by Leslie Hole. And it's like this obvious green screen background or whatever. And someone wrote, "Oh my god, you can really tell it's a green screen." And I was this smart ass. This was like 4 years
No.
ago. And I wrote, "No, really? How really is it?" And then for the next 4 years, I will get notifications from that
4 years?
being like, people being like, "No, it really is a green screen." And I'll just be like, "No, no, it really looks real. It looks like they filmed out in the forest, and they'll point out things, and I'm like, you're kidding.
Stop it.
Stop it. I'm shocked. I still don't believe it. I've been believing this for more than 4 years.
Holy
And I still get
moly.
notifications to this day. Bartek?
This next comment also has a response. The initial comment. I don't usually like romantic comedies, but there are some of them that catch my interest and are my, in quotes, guilty pleasure. And this movie is one of them. I love this movie so much. I've watched it about 3 times by now. Plus,
Like, what year was this written?
I didn't record that.
Oh.
Plus, Jason Bateman is...
Jason Bateman?
That was my problem.
Basement.
Jason Bateman.
Plus, Jason Bateman is a cutie patootie, less than 3, which is a heart. But the trailer sucks. It tells the whole story of the movie in 2.5 minutes. I'm glad I watched the movie before watching the trailer.
Take that, trailer
I feel like
house.
even after you've watched it 3 times, like,
Yeah.
you obviously won't.
Well-
And the response is by the exact same person that made the initial comment. Dude, I'm anything but a feminist, trust me. I liked it because it shows how amazing it is to be a parent and how kids can change your life. I'm not a parent, but I want to be one someday.
Okay.
So there was obviously
Dude, I'm not a feminist, but I
He's
want
anything
kids.
but a feminist.
I'm anything but a feminist, but I want kids. And that's not a that's not me being the feminist here. That's Patrick Wilson's character.
This next person is from someone who understood the movie.
Good.
It's a very short comment. He is hijacked her pregnancy. I'm so going to watch this movie.
Yeah, that sold me.
Great.
Didn't
Hasn't
it
even
so-
watched the movie.
They're sold though.
But like,
Hijack the pregnancy.
I
I'm
just
sold.
love that someone was like, I need to say this. I
They're
need to say
thinking
this.
it's gonna be like the Italian job, but with insemination.
And they started again. He is hijacked her pregnancy. That is a concept that people love. The next comment is, Jeff Goldblum is just so... ... Whoa!
Jeff, I know you wrote that.
Jeff.
Don't you fucking pretend that you did not write that YouTube comment. I know it was you.
Jeff.
For the next comment, which also has a response, I want to thank the two of you and myself for not making this particular joke, so that when I read it in the YouTube comment, it is unique.
You're welcome.
More like starring Jason Bateman.
I actually was going to bring that up, but then I thought, nah, it doesn't work as well.
It totally does. It's great.
And the response is, wrong there, by the way. There was this kid in my class, Alex Bateman, and that's what we called him.
I want to share a story now. There was a kid in my year just called Yehudi Bates. And we all called him Master Bates. But then when we figured out that Yehudi was a weird name,
When you figured that out.
because he tried to hide it by saying his name was Josh for all of us. But then one day we had the teacher say his name out in the roll, like Yehudi. And we're like, who's Yehudi? And then it was Yehudi wants some booty, masturbates. and then he left school and became a meth dealer. So I don't know if that was connected at all to us bullying him, but I think it's not.
Does he work with Alex Bateman?
No. But one fun fact, last time I saw Yehudi Josh Bates, I was being a dick to him, and he leaned over to me. This was when he was like doing drugs. At this point, he was at school and he was clearly on drugs. He just leaned over to me and said, like a really impressive threat. He goes, "Don't push me, Ryan. Last night I beat up my grandfather. What are you going to do about that?" And I just laughed. I'm like, oh no, not your elderly grandfather. What am I going to do about that? I guess nothing.
What if he's listening to this and you're like, this guy?
I would love, Yehudi Bates, if you're listening to this, hit me up.
You can be a guest.
Yeah, I would love to have you as a guest. We can do your favorite movie, beating up grandpa.
Elderly grandfather. It's funnier. There are 2 more comments.
Oh, sorry, go.
Don't look, Ryan.
They're looking.
Sorry.
Don't look at her either. Don't look at the comments
Don't
and don't
even
look at
breathe.
your guest. Just look at that microphone. You're kissing it. The second last comment, and it has a response, is, for those who watched it, was it worth it?
Yeah.
And the response is, your pic looks cute.
Wow.
Question. Did it
Wow.
look cute though?
Yeah, well, you know YouTube, the pictures are so small, it's hard to tell.
So the answer
Maybe this is back then when...
when they were
you had a big-
huge
Yeah.
and when you took the phone off the hook, the internet would go out. You know, before AOL.
Yeah.
And you can rate YouTube videos out of 5 stars. Yeah.
Wow.
And the final comment, and I think that this is probably the best comment ever.
Ooh, be cool.
Okay, Tyler Lee and Jules waiting.
The comment is, thanks.
Oh.
Oh,
Spelled properly?
Yeah.
not with an X.
Oh, there you go. Everything's there. Well, everything was here and everything was there. We were
Now
here.
it's in my hair.
You were the
And Ryan
semen
called me a
again. Oh, I ruined the rhyme because I just went straight to semen.
Hey, come on, that's not fair.
I'm sorry, Claire.
Can you call me Monche?
No fair. All right, enough rhymes.
It's the time.
Fuck off with your fucking rhymes. We're here to solve the crime.
Alright, don't fall out of your chair.
Or lose your hair.
I'm rhyming time crime and you're going chair hair. Far out. You guys,
I know,
as
I'm a
always,
slime.
fantastic. You know the drill. I say fantastic, amazing, wonderful, and then somehow I managed to slip in both superfluous and stupendous, and no one noticed until 87 episodes in. Only because I mentioned it.
Sorry.
You know, that old gag never dies. Amanda, you were here. You were very informative. I hope you don't feel weirded
Thanks for
out
chaps.
that we talked about semen more than we talked about the film.
No, that's fine.
She
It's
loved
interesting.
it.
I wasn't expecting it. Or
No one
interesting.
expects it.
No, well,
It's okay. I shared a story about how I didn't like the look of it. Bartek, he says he just looks at his penis and says, that's fine.
And Ryan said that he's tasted his poo.
I'm pretty sure. At
Well,
one
you
point.
didn't say your poo, you just said you've tasted poo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I think we all have at one point definitely
I
tasted
know-
our own poop.
I know that my
we
cousin
going
who's
back
20 years
here?
younger than me did not too long ago, but I don't think I did. I think I've touched poo, but I don't think I've tasted
You've
it.
definitely
no, you've
touched
definitely
poo.
touched poo.
Bartek
No,
does
but I
not
mean, like-
wipe with his hands. He
No,
uses
not
a
my poo.
spoon
Not my poo.
with the toilet paper on it.
How are we getting here? We're trying to say goodbye. And be nice.
Goodbye, farewell.
Hooroo.
So long, farewell, Ryan.
Now, Bartek, they can listen to us easily. They just have to type Spin Polish Presents, and that's it. You can find us on Facebook and
Polish.
YouTube and Podbean. But Bartek, I think the episode really needs to cap out now. We're only one way. Amanda is a musician.
Oh, God.
Can you please give us your musical rendition of your semen-loving song to finish us off?
What was it again?
That you love.
I love T-Man. No, I just ripped that off something, didn't I?
I hope you ripped it off something.
Is it a song about a woman who loves people that are in the Navy?
It's called Amanda's Autobiography.
Does this mean that Popeye is a seaman?
He is a seaman.
Papa.
So
Popeye. He said
Oh.
Popeye, but he had a Polish inflection upon it.
Well, Papa.
So
Papa!
does this mean
Papa! Are you a seaman? Technically, son, we all were seamen
You
once.
are. Yeah.
You know, I was gonna ask Amanda
You
if she
are
could
right.
sing this Popeye song, but we've already done that ending.
Could you
Once.
sing the seaman song, but to the theme of Cheers? You were old enough to watch Cheers.
Where everybody loves sperm.
Da, da.
Now, Ryan, sing the
Something about a
Pokemon
gem.
theme, but about semen.
Gotta jerk 'em off. Alright.
We're doing this.
That's the catchphrase.
This is what's
of
happening.
the
Alright,
tagline.
this is what's happening, and you're what happening. Remember to be kind to each other. Or not, I'm not the boss of you.
Be
No, do it
reasonably
anyway.
nice to one another.
Do it anyway. Be nice to each other.
Cut through my gum now.
Yeah.
But we have to record it.
Oh, of course.